right, guys, welcome back to the Imaxit Football channel. I'm your host JD. If you're new, smash that like button, share, and subscribe. And if you're an avid fan of the channel, keep on doing that great work. So today we are going to be covering Jamaica Reggae Boyz, where in which we're going to talk about Leon Bailey, because he's the one that's actually in our Netherlands news here. I will bring you articles to detail what we're actually talking about. 2 weeks, it actually looks like it comes to fulfillment. What am I talking about? I'm actually talking about Liam Bailey possible could move from Aston Villa. And we heard personnel talking about Ajax. Is it reality? Let me know. We're going to bring up all the necessary information. Let me know in your thoughts. All right. And then what we're going to do from this point, we are going to detail if it's justified what Mr. Craig Butler had actually said, because that is always important, because I truly believe that's where everything started from when Craig Butler made the speech. But anyways, before we get anywhere, let me just roll straight into the additional piece so we can show you what I'm talking about. All right. So this is what we have right here. Maybe I have to change it to English so you guys can understand what's pretty much up at this point. Yes, Sheridan, bless up yourself. Thanks for being here. Hope all is well with you and the family. Yes, man, I am great. I'm great. I just decided that we had one video to do, and I chose this is the time that we will do it. So they said, Antony marked for 120 million euro exclusive bonuses and transfer van Ajax naar Manchester United. All right. So basically, the transfer that is the fee. 102 million euros should be the overall package to send him off from Ajax. So definitely right after that, maybe Ajax will want to look personnel to fill the void of Antony. So that's the first question we will ask you guys. Do you think that Liam Bailey, if he's leaving Aston Villa, that's the best destination for him? Because I remember, like a couple months ago, I've said that I would have actually put him to Ajax rather than bringing him into the Premier League. We had that discussion on the Imaxit football channel before. All right, so let me know in the comment section what say you, guys. All right. So other individuals that they have on the card. So it's not just Liam Bailey, but obviously Liam Bailey would be the personnel that you would be interested in. So that's why we put Liam Bailey at the front. But it's not necessarily Liam Bailey. As you can see here, they do have other individuals that they would actually try to fit that role. And Akeem Ziyech knows the Eredivisie very well and knows Ajax very well. So he's also on the listing. So let me know, guys. What I'm going to do, I will translate it to English here so you can understand and follow the conversation. All right? Yes. As you can see here, you're seeing who reports it and everything. So it is actually a story out there, and it's actually justified. So where it's coming from, you want to know where it's coming from. We're going to get back to this paper first, but we have to show you where it's coming from. It started from when Craig Butler had some problems to say that Liam Bailey should have been the main personnel for the Aston Villa team, and he's not going to be satisfied to be coming off the bench. So that's why I'm asking if the statement from Craig Butler is justified, because remember, we have went through every single thing possible before to show you the analytics, because sometimes you have to connect analytics towards it, because that's how coaching in the real world goes. All right, straight up. In the real world goes, if you're not making the metrics, they are not going to want to keep you, because you're not valuable to winning. And if a man need winning more than anything else, he has to go with that style. So that's why I've always said to you, when you guys come to me and say Liam Bailey should score 10 and 15 so he can get a move, and I said to you guys, it's not about how much goals and assists you have, it's how integral you are towards winning. And that's how they do count it. So sometimes I think our approach might not be the right approach, to be honest. I think sometimes that is a problem or approach. But anyways, we are just asking a question before we get into it. All right, because we have a lot to chop up. God is love says greetings. Greetings. How you doing, Bossy? Anywhere better than Villa right now for Bailey. We're gonna get into it, guys. Remember, we don't just sell the blanket statement. We have to give you everything. So when you leave here, you understand much more of what's taking place. All right. So join the discussion. Smash the like button. I will activate the calling. So after 30 minutes, when I do give you everything, you will understand where I'm coming from. Island Card, bless up yourself. Thanks for being here. His father will be his downfall. Remember, I say that. Island Card, I'd put that statement out. I don't know if it's too harsh coming from Island Card. Let me know in the comment section, because we're not trying to force anything on you. We are trying to just ask you the necessary question. Then I will give you the additional information that I do have. But before you come on the stream, make sure to smash that like button. Make sure to share it around, because we're going to be here for 2 hours, doing our analytics and see if it matches what people truly wants to hear. Because I know what persons want to hear, but sometimes the analytics does not match that. All right. The statement coming from Craig Butler, we'll just go through it. Wiley and Bailey loves Aston Villa, as Craig Butler reveals a sensational inside story. All right. And he practically stated that if they are not going to play him, just let him move. But that is my biggest problem there. The let him move part does not sync well with me, because I truly believe that football is much more than just how we approach things. But we're going to get to that. I am a lady. Okay, God is love. Well, no problem. Sorry about that. I care not where he ends up, as long as he's playing good and regularly. Jamaica needs Leon at his best. I do agree with that statement there. I do agree with that statement there. You are actually correct there. All right. We want him to be at his best, but at the same time, we can't put false statement out there as if like he's better than who he is. You understand me? We have to put everything in context, then ask the proper questions. And that is the way difference with me. I don't run down the sensationalism thing. I go with where the facts lead us. And I just want to make sure it's actually accurate and we're on what we're saying. All right. So I'm just trying to share this 1 second, and then I will come right back to you guys. All right. All right, so that is good. That is good. That is good. So, anyways, this is what Leon Bailey did throughout the season. All right, in the Premier League, and we are going to just go into one of the games that he played outside the Premier League, and we're going to show you what Aston Villa doing right now and the condition that Aston Villa is in with Steven Gerrard. Steven Gerrard might not be the best coach for them, but remember, he's there, so we have to put things in context. If a person is there, they have not fired him as yet. He has the ability to make sure he makes his team as best as possible to get results, because it's a results business at the end of the day. But at certain points, he has to find out what is right for him. Liam Bailey had some success in goals contribution, but was he integral towards the team being fully functional? That is what I want you guys to explain to me. If you can explain that side, then now we will get on the actual reality side, because true, we always try to prefer the sensationalism and the titles rather than the actual statistics. And that is the things we have to look at. I've done a video 2.5 weeks ago before none of this came up, and I've said to you guys, Liam Bailey might not get much more game for Aston Villa based on what I'm seeing. They are bad players, but what we have realized with the midfield might not be as strong as what we would have actually predicted it to be. That was one important thing there. And when I looked at it now, it forced them to play much more narrow in a 4-3-1-2 system rather than a 4-3-3 expansive system. Not naturally they would have put Coutinho over the left, Leon Bailey over the right, Buendia over the left, Leon Bailey over the right, and Watkins in the middle or Ings in the middle. But what they realize that if they do play much more narrow, they have more bodies to get into the games and keep themselves into the games at the highest level. So they tried it 3 times this season, which I'm going to show you the statistics. And every single time they open up, even against Everton, which Everton would have lead to be one of the worst teams in the Premier League, they nearly shift three goals in less than 10 minutes. So it clearly looks like it's not working when they do go expansive. That's why I came to you guys humbled, because I know that I have to talk a specific way for people to believe that you're not against the player or something. You can't talk reality or you can't talk certain things. So when I explained it to them, I said to them, it's either he's going to become a striker. It's either he's going to become a striker in the system, because that's the only way for it to work for him. Because what I'm seeing here, it looks like Gerrard has to go to the 4-3-1-2 system, because it actually initiates Coutinho's best ability, which is to create and has enough speed, enough space, and don't have to utilize so much leg room and dropping back to work defensively. He would already put himself in a hole. And it doesn't matter what people would say, Coutinho would be the best creator on the team, and secondary was Buendia, because that's what they brought him in to play. You understand me? So you have to understand what was there for the team itself, and then you look at it as a different light. But anyways, let me make sure to get the rest of the comments before we go anywhere. All right. So he needs to stay at Villa and work on his weak. That's how he's going to grow in the EPL. All right. But do you guys think he can actually fill the boots of Antony in Ajax? Because Ajax football is much more demanding, but the league is much weaker. So maybe he would have had more time on the ball, and obviously having a more overpowered squad, it might would have helped him. So let me know in the comment section. Travis, big up yourself. Check in. CB will be the downfall of oh wow, I've been saying it the longest while. So that's what Travis. So the second person coming here saying the same thing. Wow. Under the current coaching system at Villa, mean Gerrard players have the tendency to get worse instead of better. All right. So since we have the stats here, we're going to show you what's up with Leon Bailey and what's up with Leon Bailey. So let me stay on the stats first before we get anywhere. All right, we're going to move the comment for now and just show you. All right, this is heat map. His heat map try to get him predominantly over the right hand side in this little spot here. The cursor is on the screen, so you get a chance to see it. All right, and marginally closer to the halfway line, and at some point below the halfway line, between the 35 yards and the halfway line here. All right, and rarely in his defensive half. For a team, put it in your own thoughts. If a team they are not one of the best teams in the league, they are going to defend 75% of the time rather than 65 or 35 or 55. So 75% of the time they're going to be defending. How can you facilitate a player that will be up front 85% of the time, based on his own heat map? That's what I'm just asking you, because we can't tell lies. We know we want him to be for the best for Jamaica, but we have to ask a question. So it's not because, look, the heat map don't suit the style of what Gerrard found himself in. That is true. But it clearly shows that Leon Bailey himself might not putting it in the actual desired positions and work that's needed to get this team out of the old. We have to be honest to ourselves. It's just not backing up what we're trying to say. He's a good player, but good player is a good player. That's just a branch over it. A good player. But that has nothing to do with what the team requires. Context matters. All right. And remember, Gerrard never bought Leon Bailey. You understand me? He never bought Liam Bailey at the same time. So you have to put all of this in context. So if the coach is a terrible coach, that is accurate. That could be accurate. I'm not calling him a terrible coach as yet. That could be accurate. If the players are just not good enough or don't fit good in the club, that could be so as well. You understand me? But don't just put it on one parties. I think what is Liam Bailey's downfall here is because he's not as fluent as what we first thought with Mr. Butler told us, which fluent in every position equally, if not a little bit of a drop off. Because if he was so prolific as a striker, they wouldn't choose Ings and Watkins over him. We have to be honest to that. And if you're going to play a 4-3-2, 4-3-1-2 system, you are going to require some more central bodies that can hold up and draw the team up the pitch and play narrow. As at the same time, I've said that to you guys 2.5 weeks ago. And everyone thought that I was actually jumping for something. But I'm showing you, and the stats actually support what we're saying. We're going to go to Aston Villa's team itself and show you what they do and how it broke down when they are playing more expansive. That is the biggest problem. You get me? The narrow football not going to work for Leon. We know that, but when I said that 2.5 weeks ago, people said I was reaching. And now it's the biggest news. All right, so let me see. I'm making the world a better place. Weird, oh, Simon Jordan making excuses for Gerrard about coaching. No. I think it's a coaching issue. And at the same time, the players that's there in the team, because what we have to always look at in teams, when you keep on changing managers, it gives you two different identities of selections. So that means you simply have players that might not fit with the next personnel's philosophy, and he wants to bring in his players as well, and it just don't bounce off and work. So sometimes you need some bigger overhaul, and sometimes you need time. That's why big clubs seems to struggle when they want to make that that extra move. And that is the biggest problem. You understand me? But I do understand, and I do believe that Gerrard, maybe this job is a little bit too big for him. JD, it's hard for him to play Gerrard. Gerrard is fighting for his job and will sacrifice attack for defense. But making the world, thank you very much. That is a lovely comment, because that is the truth. I'm going to bring up the Aston Villa's actual setup, and then you're going to see it from all the games so far this season, so you can see for yourself. Not just word of mouth, actual statistics, and then you can prove for yourself. Coutinho does not deserve to start over Buendia at the moment. Yes, but that's what I'm saying. You're not going to pick Liam Bailey over Buendia or Coutinho. And that is a problem, because Coutinho and Buendia was the designated cams for the role. And if he's going to stick with the 4-2, the 4-3-1-2 system, they're going to always choose those two in the hole. And so that's why I came to you guys and said Liam Bailey has to learn to play striker, because that's the only way he's going to fit into this team, because I am not as iron Aston Villa as most of you guys. I've said it 2 weeks ago. And that's what it came down to. Bless up, JD. Chris Smith, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Kevin Jones, bless up. Guys, as you come in, make sure to smash the like button. Make sure to share it around so we can get the visibility, because we're going to just be here for 2 hours. So we're going to open the line so people can call in, but not now. Let me just explain all of these takes whilst getting everyone on their comments on the screen. Brian Burke, massive respect. Thanks for being here, big boss. Sian checking in as well. And then we have one Spence in the house. Big up, big up. DG in the house. Big up yourself. Dr. Gigi. African said he's a good player, but the Prem is filled with good players. The injury setback and let Ramsey and Watkins pass him. The coach and tactics put other players before him. Yes, I think that is well said and well structured comparing to the situation at hand. This year, however, I think he should stay put. The number of games that will be played means he will get game. All right, that is good, because that's the side that I'm actually looking at it from. But remember, we have to always factor in that Liam Bailey is a Jamaican, and his agent is a Jamaican, and our attitude towards certain things might hinder our success at times. because our attitude towards this Leon Bailey's move towards Aston Villa from day one was to say that he's like the biggest thing in Aston Villa. But the difference is, from Jamaica to the actual Premier League, they are going to always base it off analytics. So if the analytics does not match what you are saying, he's not going to be in the team. You understand me? And sometimes you can get output. You can get output, but the output might not be integral towards a winning. I've said that to you. All right? When they're saying the XG for Aston Villa, when they're expansive, is ridiculously low. And the conceding rate is ridiculously higher. So if the guy can only fit in the expansive side, how is it going to work? How is it going to work for the coach? Tell yourself that, please. Tell yourself that. Even Everton, they went expansive for 10 minutes and Everton nearly destroyed them. It took some brilliant saves from the goalkeeper in order to keep them in the game, and they were leading. And they just tried it for 10 minutes. And that's why we came to the conclusion, me and Jason, to say this thing will not work, This will not work. I don't think these guys defend enough. They are not at the higher tier of working, and the Premier League is getting too advanced. And maybe the coach is just not good. So it's a lot of things you can put to the test. But let me just get through this first. All right, let me get through this. So this is what Aston Villa did first. The club friendlies. Leon Bailey was brilliant in the club friendlies. Scored against Manchester United. Scored against Stadorens. So that was a good start. Put him in the queue to say that he has to be selected. You understand me? And I do agree based on that, because even me myself said yes based on what he did. I love it. But let me see. Wait until the real time starts so we can see if he is instrumental towards winning, and how the team will work around him. We were asking all of those questions. All right, so they started against Bournemouth here. We're going to show you here. We're going to bring up all the lineups so you can see they lost 2-0 against Bournemouth, which you saw the quality of Bournemouth at this point. They struggled to actually win a game, if not even come close to any opponent that they have actually faced. So that showcased that Bournemouth was not as good. They started off a 4-3-3 system. That's the first game they have actually played. They lost it 2-0. Clearly, you saw that Leon Bailey has a 6.8 here, but sometimes the stats, it's because of contribution. It can't really tell you based on the winnings, all right? But what we're going to do, we're going to click Leon Bailey here so we can get his actual heat map here. As you can see, his heat map predominantly up on the right hand side. Ground duels, he lost he won 4 duels out of 11. Aerial duels, he lost 4 out of 5, and he only won 1 there. He's not the tallest personnel, so you can give him a break here. Ground duels, he lost a lot in this game, and he lost possession 20 times in a loss. We are going to go through all of this, guys, because sometimes the truth, we try to avoid the truth and stay on sensationalism a little bit too much. All right, so he only managed 4 out of his 11 ground duels, one out of his 5 aerial duels, and he lost the ball 20 times. And remember, he only had 56 touches in this game, but he lost the ball 20 times there. Was fouled. He never committed any foul, that is good. Was fouled one time, one offside, and he tracked back to get 1 tackles and 1 time dribble pass. All right, just listen to that, guys, and it's on the screen. So this is not we making up anything. We're just taking out the information. They lost this game. That was the first game they entered the season in. It's the first game. All right, so we are just making it known. The first game. Then we moved on to the second game now, where in which they're going to be taking on Everton, which we just talked about. Everton. So this is how they started off the game. They started off with the formation that we talked about, which is the 4-3-1-2. Coutinho would be in the old trying to feed Danny Ings and Ollie Watkins. Clearly, it was much more working. It was working better early on in the game. And they tried to go more expansive because Coutinho had gotten an injury in this game and had to come off, and then Buendia came on. And because of the two strikers them running their socks off, they had to change it to see if they can go to the 4-3-3. And right after that, they nearly collapsed big time against the Evertonians. And so maybe that's what got into a that's what got into the head of the coach to say that every time I go expansive, it does not work. Based on your assessment now over the two games, it seems like it worked to you, or it seems like you're getting a clearer picture on what actually took place. Because to me, I'm getting a clearer picture on what actually took place. So what we're going to do, Bailey came on in this game. So we're going to go to Bailey's stats when he came on and also his work rate at the time. So let me pull it up again because the stats cannot lie. All right. So Bailey only played 12 minutes. And remember, that was the time when they had to go expansive with Buendia and Bailey going wide. So it exposed the entire midfield, which I don't think the midfield is one of the strongest at all. All right. So 12 minutes in the game, you saw his heat map. He tried to go forward, and he had to stay in the pitch because they were getting pressured. To what I've said to you. Remember, I've never looked at the heat map as yet, but I'm just telling you what I saw in the games, and it matched what I'm saying. So it means I am not lying to you, or the stats ain't lying to you, because I'm telling you the actual truth that what took place in the game. All right. Possession lost one time. Ground was attempted one. He lost that one. Dribbles attempted one. He was not successful on the dribble. He had 4 touches in 12 minutes. Showcasing the amount of pressure that they were on. Accuracy of passes, 100%, 3 of 3. Key pass, 1. And 1 big chance is created in that 12 minutes, which is good. But how much coming the opposite way? So it's not about Bailey's attacking ability. It's based on the system that the coach playing and the position the team found itself. So if Bailey will try and give you a half of a goal, which is an assist, and it all comes down to if the forward will finish the goal, that's exactly what he did. They are going to shift 2 goals when he's on the field. So if you are the coach or you are the manager, what would be your intention from that point? Because this is after the second game, and clearly we are seeing the problem. So clearly Bailey is doing his job. But I will reserve my answer to the end of the video and tell you what condition I think Bailey would be successful in. Because clearly he has output value. All right? Clearly he has output value. But nowadays, wingers in the Premier League are extremely hard worker. You saw Phil Foden playing as a winger. He's a worker. I'm talking tough systems. You saw Phil Foden working. You saw Bernardo. I'm talking about technical players. And you saw them working. You saw Sancho coming in. He has to start work for Tenach system. Rashford starts to work. What was the difference that they made them defeat Liverpool? Because they outworked Liverpool. So nowadays players, they have to work extremely hard. They are not just wingers. They are wingers, right midfield. If they are on the right wing, they're right midfield, and they're right backs as well. And sometimes they have to even play strikers as well. So you have to be a utility player to be top tier players in this time and age. All right. Yes. So let me move on to the next one, because we're going to try our best to come off this soon. Then they went on to face Aston Villa right here. No, Crystal Palace here. Sorry about that. Crystal Palace here. And as you can see, Crystal Palace, he had an assist in this game, 5 minutes in, with Ollie Watkins, all right? Ollie Watkins. And right after that, they start to get pressured by Crystal Palace. You're going to see it here on the stats itself. Crystal Palace, overall, they won possession, they won shots, overall, they won shots on target, and almost everything in the game. It was, they pretty much hold them under it, all right? Yes, so what they started with was actually this, and they had to convert back to see if they, even when they're trying to attack, they had to convert back to the 4-3-1-2 system because it weren't working. And even a team that they should be competing with, After 45 minutes, the midfield started to give way and the forward line collapsed completely. As you can see, Leon Bailey had a high score because obviously he had the assist. Ollie Watkins had a high score because he scored a goal. But how integral this is to winning. And that is the most important thing at the end of the day. 5 minutes don't play football. Football is 90 minutes. The toughest teams in the world work so hard for the entire 90 minutes. Manchester City down 2-0 after a first half, and they came back to win it 4-2 because they jade the leg because they're outworking their opponent. So that's the only way. You can't be not a top team and you want to have top teams attitude. It's not going to work. You're going to get relegated if you do things like that. All right, so let me bring up Leon Bailey's final one, and then we will bring up the West Ham game because they lost to West Ham nonetheless. And we will bring up the Bolton one as well because the Bolton one will be nice, and we will show you what's the difference in the Bolton game, just to show you what they're taking and which side they're taking. All right, so anyways, they started, this was the Crystal Palace one. He played 66 minutes in this game. Remember, they were chasing the game, losing, and they had to stop it at 66 minutes and pull him out because they wanted to go back to the system that they believe that they have a chance. They can stabilize the ship in midfield and defense, but still give themselves a chance with the output of the strikers. You get me? So clearly that's 3 games. And Bailey have done things, but he has not been integral towards the team winning as yet. You see the big difference? He has not been integral to the team winning as yet. So now you look at it different when you actually see the statistics right in front of your eyes. He's not integral towards winning up to this point. So those are the things that we have to factor in before we jump and be sensational towards things. All right? Yes, and we are not downgrading the player. We are telling you that the player is a quality player, but how integral is he to winning? I've said that to you 1 month ago, 2 weeks ago, 1 year ago. These are the things that's important to the coach at this point. All right? Yes. So anyways, Bailey, 66 minutes. 1 assist in the game, 1 shot off target, 2 dribbles attempted, 1 was successful, so 50%. Hit the woodwork 1 time, 30 touches on the day. Accuracy of passes 60%, which is 9 out of 15. 2 key passes, attempted 3 crosses, it was not successful. 1 long ball was not successful. The assist count as a big chance created, which is very good. Ground duels 7. He went into and was successful only once. Aerial duels 3. He was successful only once, which is still okay because he's only 3 and he's not the biggest monster in size. Last possession 15 times. Out of that 66 minutes, 2 fouls committed in that time was not fouled, and clearance is 1 and 1-time dribble pass. All right, so you clearly see that based on that stats, they would want to take him off to see if they can get more centrally because he's losing the ball. Just by the stats, if you watch the game, the game actually coincide what the stats saying. If you just watch it and take out the sensationalism out of it. And that's why it's hard for me to hold conversation sometimes because I believe that a lot of people go with the sensationalism thing because he's a Jamaican and they are Jamaican. He's still the hope and pride for local Jamaican players, 100%. And I agree with that 100%. But we should be able to talk the truth and see if we can find him in a better position because he has a skill set. He has a skill set. But you want to make sure it's not arming someone else to hype up our player. Put him the best place for him to be successful. That can maybe close out his deficiencies as well. But clearly, he has a deficiency. And then now you have the Bolton Wanderers game. And this is good, guys. This is good. Look at the stats now. Aston Villa won the stats, won the shot, won the shots on target and everything in this game. All right. Created 4 big chances. But look at this now, guys. Look at this now. They started out the same 4-3-1-2 system. They started out the same 4-3-1-2 system. It was effective and then they spread it wide. They did concede, don't get me wrong, but they still spread it wide. So it showcased that maybe they are not as strong as what we first believed because I watched the game. But at the same time, because they had more of the ball, because of a weaker opposition, they could have jaded the legs of them, and then when they transformed, which you're gonna see here, Buendia came in for Coutinho, and then you have hold on, let me get this here. Buendia came in 71 minutes for Leon Bailey at the same time. So you know what they're trying to do? They're trying to go expansive to see if it can work so they can prepare for the Premier League. All right, so they can prepare for the Premier League. And then they go expansive, and it actually worked because Leon Bailey got a goal. Buendia looked solid coming on. But what that shows you, it works against weaker opposition, but clearly the Premier League is a different kettle of fish because they're in the Premier League. So it counts for something. You understand me? And these are the things that we have to look at. All right, because it's here right in front of your face, but because of sensationalism and you don't want to pull up a stats, you just want to sell people down the wrong road. All right, so he played well when the opposition was massively weaker and the entire team played well. And you need a midfield to play well, attack defense to play well, and then the attack can flourish. Because they can win balls high up the pitch and force the wingers to be in isolated positions that they can do better. But it don't work against none of the other teams in the entire Premier League because they're stronger than Bolton. And that is the big difference. So let me take some of the comments, guys. As you come in, guys, make sure to smash the like button. Make sure to share the video around. And make sure to comment in the comment section. I will take the comments, all right? Yes, I will take the comments. I'm sorry about that. I just had to show you some things which I know you're not going to get anywhere else because this is what I do. You understand me? I explain it to you in a much more different zone and give you things that you never saw or you would not get. You understand me? Yes. So that's why I'm needed when it comes on to these conversations. Not even he was the biggest thing. It's team effort that wins football, not a one-man game, but that's the attitude that we should always go with. Ian, bless up yourself. Thanks for being here. Dr. Gigi said, I told all of you that friendly isn't important, but I've said the same. I would have waited until real games. All right. Yes, but you are okay. You're all right on that. Dockland says, big up JD, the football and KFC boss. I see you, Dockland. Big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Any club situation will be we'll have to rotate. Yes, the team will have to rotate, but if you come in as a big baller and you have that in your head, or at least the agent has that in their heads, it's not going to be good when you have to be a rotation player. But rotation still learns because you're young. It should be about learning, not just high profileism. You understand me? That's two different things. If Aston Villa was a good team in the PL, Bailey will not be starting, and I think we all can agree with that. And I think he should humble himself and stay at Villa and work on his weakness. But we can't blame the player because we never heard that out of the player mouth. We heard that out of his agent mouth. So we have to give everyone their credit and their blames. It was not Leon Bailey said any such thing. All right, true, JD. But anybody Villa put out there, they lost. Yes. But one look like they would give them the remote chance of winning, and it's always the percentage of winning and steady the ship. Then you can move on after because you can lead to the January transfer. Then you can add on your weaknesses. You get me? Like clear up your weaknesses. So if you have a central defensive midfielder issue, you get an next central defensive midfielder in and work from there. So that is the situation at this point. All right, guys, come on. We are almost 38 minutes in and we have 40 likes on the video. Take the time out to hit the like button so you can get the visibility out there because it's very much important. It's very much important. So do that for us because at the end of the day, I'm giving you information that you can't refute because it's actually there. So unless you don't like reality, that's the only thing I can actually blame. But aside from that, we are not here to sell wrongful thing to people. We are here to talk reality and have a discussion at the same time. Because in order to be better, you have to do the best things. You understand me? If you don't do the best things, it's gonna be tough for you. You understand me? You're gonna live in a delusional land, and then it's not gonna reach anywhere for you. You understand me? So you're gonna lose eventually, just the same. You're gonna lose just the same, but you're gonna lose when you can't fight back because your delusional state took over way too long, so you can't fight back anymore. So you have to be careful what you actually endorse and support. All right, you have to be very careful the things that you do support. You get me? Stay out of the delusional mindset, and I can tell you, you would be massively okay at the end of the day. All right? Yes. Zaha might go to Chelsea. That would be a good one for Chelsea. Big up, Sean Base. Thanks for being here, big boss. Right. So, guys, we are going to take calls, so people can call in and give their take. Since media said Bailey hit the post in that Crystal game, but we literally said it. And if it had gone in, it would have been a brilliant goal. The conversation since then would have probably been different with the goal. Yeah, but remember, if they do lose the game, they still have to figure out ways, because it's not about getting goals, it's about how impactful the winning is, because they need points. Remember, it's the difference is 10 million pounds to 120 million pounds. That is the big difference. Wayne Evans, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Craig Butler gonna crush this youth career. The man think Bill is a Neymar. That he can go anywhere and start dominate the league. Coming from Sean Base there. Okay, it's okay, but I think that's what we're seeing now. That's why we're having the conversation, to ask it honest. And I realize a lot of people, Travis, saying the same thing, Yes, you have a point, but on the other hand, isn't the job of an agent to hype his, yes, but not do certain things to hinder the player. Look at it this way: you have few days left for the transfer window to close. What if he doesn't go? And then they paint a bad picture for him inside Aston Villa. It's going to end up worse for you. You understand me? It's going to end up very much worse for you. All right. It's going to end up very much worse for you. All right. Thanks, Blake. Thanks for the subscription there. Yes, it's going to end up very much worse for you if you do things like that. So these are the things I'm talking about. All right. Big boss, me the live, my brother. All right, me call it what I'm done, yeah. All right, so you have to look at that, big boss. All right, yes. So you can look on it at both sides, and I do understand where you're coming from. Come on, Travis, don't disrespect the man that way, Yeah. Massive respect, yes. And then Ian says, I think 1 second. Let me paste it here so people can come. I think Bailey should stay in England. I do believe that. I do go with that, but I truly believe that they're gonna continue not selecting him for a lot of games. That's what I'm seeing. They're gonna continue not selecting him for a lot of games. And the reason why I've said so, because if you look at the rest of the games coming for them, at least for now, you can't be expansive in those games. Against Arsenal, I want to say that you can't be so expansive against Arsenal, in my opinion, because they are coming up against a team that dominated them last season, and they have gotten better. They have actually gotten better. And as you can see, guys, for the West Ham game, they went for the same play with the same 4-3-1-2 system. And I expect them to go with the same thing for Arsenal and the same thing for Manchester City. Yes, Bailey might get game time to see if he can break the line because of his speed. But I am not sure if he's going to start, because in these games, they're going to try to approach it to not being 3-4-0 down before halftime. And I can see them being 3-4-0 down before halftime in both of these games, because both of these teams started off fire. And they are good teams, have good system, and have a good plan. So if people are complaining now, I don't think Bailey will get much game in the next 2 games if they're trying to get something out of the games. So you're gonna see him get only 12 and 13 minutes. Rather, if it is you can't eat what I'm saying here because it's just a reality I'm giving you. You're going to see him struggling for most of these games. Period. I'm very sorry, but for most of these games, you're going to see him struggling to get game. But no, you can understand because we are giving you every single thing. What the coaches them using to decide their final decision. You can be flamboyant, get some goals and assists, but is it integral towards winning? Are the system are the players that you have on the team? All right, that is our biggest problem. So we have to ask these questions, guys. So we are not surprised. I said it to you 2 weeks ago. All right, so let me move to the headline of the conversation now. 44 minutes in. Could he replace replace Antony at Ajax? We're going to pull up Ajax now and show you the Ajax team so we can have that discussion. Because when we finish this, we want people can watch it back and understand a lot of things out of the video. You know, we don't just want to do a video for doing the video sake. We want to give you much more on it. All right. So as you can see, Ajax played Shakhtar Donetsk the 7th, 26th. So that was pretty that was recent. That one they got a good result. Then they started off with PSV Eindhoven here. Good. We can see the lineup here. As you can see, 4-3-3. They still stuck by Edison Alvarez, Antony out wide, and Steven Bergwijn over the left side, and Dusan Tadic, which you could know from Southampton. He is the one leading the line. Here you have Devon Wrench, which we talked about, coming to Suriname and other places in the CONCACAF competitions. Yes, just like how we talked about Malaysia 1 or 2 years ago. Yes. So they are the individuals there. When we click up Antony here, Antony played 73 minutes in this. 1 goal, 2 shots on target, 2 off target, dribbles attempted 2, touches 40, 22 passes out of the 40 touches, 76%. 1 key pass is at that time, long ball 1 of 1, 0 crosses attempted in this one, grown duels 2 of 5, and possession lost 10 times. Fouls 2 fouls, but was fouled 2 times. Interception, two interceptions in the game, and his heat map, as you can see, predominantly going forward, but as you can see, coming under 35 yards, he's still tracking back to at least 10 yards in the game. And as you can see, it's not a blip. It's a constant fading out. So he took a little bit longer to come back because most of the times you have to understand that he's playing for a better team. So they're not going to be pegged back so much. But even though he's playing for a better team and he's up against PSV and over here, so it's the best test you can get in the Eredivisie. It still showcases that he's tracking back and his work is progressing going forward as well. All right, so you're seeing the transition just the same. All right, so even though it's a weak in the league, you're still seeing that they are going to do work. And when he comes to Manchester United, please go there and you're going to see him tracking back and overlapping, underlapping with fullbacks and doing their work. And he's still as skilled, just the same. That's why they spend so much money to get him there. So watch and see for yourself. You're going to see just the same. All right. So that's what Antony brings. So simple means if Liam Bailey goes there, he has to track back, work extremely hard, just the same. Just the same. Maybe he can get more productive numbers. That's true. But he has to put in a lot of work. A lot of work. You get me? A lot of work. But it looks like a system that he could flourish in. But I do believe that if they have to choose between ZH and Bailey, 95% of the time they would have actually chose ZH because he had already played in the team and also the league. You understand me? And he's much more aligned with the Ajax way. So I do believe that if they're going to choose, they're going to choose ZH over him nonetheless. You understand me? Yes. So, but I do see him could fit in the system, and I do think he would have learned a lot more about football going that route to go to Ajax. To be honest, that would have been the best move for him because Ajax will be the team that teach you. So either Dortmund or Ajax would be the two places that Leon Bailey can go from this point to become a better footballer. I don't think he's going to stay at Aston Villa and become a better footballer. I think you have to go to the schools to become better footballers. So I would say Dortmund and or Ajax would be the two places for him. Are sad to say, Southampton. Southampton, Dortmund, or Ajax. Those are the three places I think Leon Bailey can go, but I would pick the two outside England rather than Southampton for me. You get me? But I could see those are the two places that he could go where he could get game, because I don't think he will get game everywhere, because I am not as high on him on the world stage as most people in Jamaica is. You understand me? I have to be honest to myself as well. You understand me? Because I check the players them and how they do breakdown. He's a good player, one of the best you can get in the CONCACAF region, and definitely one of the best for Jamaica, if not first, inside the top three for Jamaica. You understand me? So he is a talent, but on the world stage, you're not talking about Jamaica or the CONCACAF. You're talking about the world. You're talking about Brazil that brings wingers like miles a minute. You're talking about England that brings wingers with pace just the same. You're talking about Spain that bring wingers with tactical ability, super high IQ, and still has pace at the same time. Germany brings energetic wingers, pace, and good IQ just the same. So you're going up against the world's wingers. And in the world's wingers, I don't have him up there as a top set of players then. You understand me? I don't have him up there. He has the potential to get there, but I would love for him to go one of these schooling to improve his footballing IQ to match up to some of these players, because I do believe if he goes through these schoolings, the proper schoolings like Ajax, when he comes out, he could be good as any one of the wingers them. In my estimation, he could be good as any one of the other players them, because he has speed, he has trickery, control to some extent of the ball. But believe me, if he goes to the actual footballing school, he can go even better. So that's where I'm going to support you on the Bailey side. All right. It's early in the season, so I'm not sure why the fuss by his agent. He might get a goal, gain some confidence, and finish the season as a starter. Yes, that is true. Big up yourself, Jamaican Guna. Massive respect. Thanks for being here. Bailey, okay. Where he's at, I predict Gerrard will get sacked soon. But look at that now. Predicting Gerrard getting sacked soon. Would that not mean another manager with a different system that never bought him? And with the players there at this current moment, which we are going to bring up the players that's there at this current moment and see if it actually fits to play expansive style. What if the other coach comes in and realize, no, we can't play expansive style because we just don't have the talents to facilitate this style of play? He's not going to play again. So we can't say he's going to be okay. I think he has to learn. He has to learn and adapt and learn. Use England to learn to play multiple positions effectively. So if they're going to change, they can't throw you out the team. They can't take you off the field because you're so integral towards everything. You get me? You become the backbone of the system. DNA, big up yourself. I'm here. If Gerrard loses next 2 games, he will definitely be sacked. But he's coming up against Arsenal and Manchester City. No one on planet Earth expect them to win the game. The games. No one on planet Earth expect them to win the games. So if they do get something out of those games, boy, yeah. And if they do lose both of them, only if they lose them bad, like 6-0. That's how you expect him to get the sack. So it's based on how they looked in the games. Why would LBJ left the best league in the EPL and go back to Holland? Aston Villa not even 50% as good as Ajax. Not even 50% good as Ajax. Aston Villa not even 50% as good as Ajax. You understand me? Not even 50%. So it has one of the best worldwide facilities. So that's the reason why it's good for him to go back and learn football. You're learning, Travis. That's why most people go to Ajax and Dortmund and those places before coming here. Early in Holland, he comes here dominating the Premier League, dominating the Premier League. And I know he learned things in Dortmund. Dortmund, yes, he learns things there. You would love if Bailey leave. He could leave. Yes, I don't think he's going to learn so much at Aston Villa, to be honest. Remember, the Premier League is a money league, you know. It's a money league. You get me? It's a money league. They don't have time to teach anybody nothing. If you're not good enough, you're not going to learn much than what's in the game plan. Ajax trying to teach you and develop you as players. Dortmund, the same thing, and they have the luxury to do it because the league might not be as strong as the other leagues, so they can focus on other things as well to develop their players, to sell their players as well. So you will get better. The problem in the Caribbean is lack of football knowledge. Alan, total football, everyone attacking and everyone defending. Yes. What about the next Premier League side? Gerard, a bug coach, and Giovanni, big up yourself. Thanks for being here, big boss. Ajax is a step down, in my opinion. Ajax is a step down to Aston Villa. My God, man, I think nobody on planet Earth would believe that. More Eredivisie, you would say, is a step down to the Premier League, but Ajax cannot be a step down. For you think Aston Villa can defeat Ajax? Defeat what? Ajax might give Aston Villa 6-0. I don't what about the Jamaican Guna, man? I would love if he could stay in the PL for sure. Yes. I would love Ajax playing Aston Villa and see if Aston Villa don't get embarrassed. What step down? Ajax a big club in the Jamaican Guna. Let me just contain my emotion here, man. He will play Champs League at Ajax. That is true. Crystal Palace would be a good fit for him as well. Yes, maybe he could learn from Zaha. Bailey is a top player. Top player in what circumstances and what level? Because you have to put context. You can't just come in and say Bailey is a top player. Because on world level, Bailey ain't a top player. In the CONCACAF, he's a top player. In Jamaica's squad, he is a top player. And I am not even sure if he's considered the top 3 best player in Aston Villa. That's why they are not picking him. You understand me? No. I really want to see the follow-up to that because I can't believe Jamaican Guna saying Ajax is a step down. Wow. Bailey should have went to Dortmund after Sancho left. Yes, that's what I think as well. A good place for him to learn, and the league is strong. Some of you people in the comment section just naturally hate Butler. So you guys gonna talk down on Bailey. No advocate, nobody talking down on Bailey. We're giving Bailey the utmost respect, trying to find where he should go and talk reality, where the stats lead us. Because you cannot point at something what an actual person analyzed here. Everything that I'm analyzing on the screen is actually a fact. Something that happened in the game. These are the problems we don't like. We don't like the sensationalism behavior. Because you are talking because you're a Jamaican and you only to talk one way. But on the worldwide level, people don't talk that way. People talk reality and stay on reality. Because I talk to Butler, I have no problem with Butler. I stood up with Butler when everyone beating him. So why we can't come here and talk reality based off things that we know? Because we go to places, we see these clubs, we saw football at a way higher level. So why we can't talk the truth? Come on, man. Let me face reality, man. Jano, Villa had to dig deep to win this match. The Villa board and Gerard want to play expansive football. Yes, but how long it's going to take? And will Mr. Butler stay long enough? Because these are the conversations we're trying to have. Will they stay long enough to keep him there? You understand me? Because it looks like he's upset after 4 games. So how is he going to stay until next year? Because we have to wait until the next transfer window for them to make any adjustment. They're not going to get any additional pieces to make them great. You get me? Laugh out loud. Bailey in the Eredivisie would get 10 plus a season, but at least there is a regular year. Yeah, but Giovanni, he will get 10 plus a season, but he would learn in that time. And 10 plus a season would not guarantee him winning the Golden Boot or anything. Believe me, Giovanni, let him go there. Let him take on the challenge, and then you will know how hard it is to fit in the Eredivisie. So let him take on the challenge. Believe me. Because remember now, you have to play football in a system, and depending on how you fit in the system. And remember, they have Bergwijn there, and they have other pieces there. So what if someone come out and start playing better, and he doesn't start? What would you say now, Giovanni? Because I think that is a realistic thing as well. He could go to Ajax and don't even start yet again, because it's a system it takes time to fit in. And I don't think he's going to jump in Ajax and fit in their system. No, I don't believe so, because that is one of his weaknesses. That is actually one of his weaknesses. You get me? Yes. Yeah, JD. But I think if Dean was still there, Bailey would be playing. And I don't think Dean was doing worse than Gerrard. No, that is true. That is true. And we are agreeing here. We are agreeing here, but we are just challenging points. But JD, Bailey need more development. Yes, of course. Of course, DNA. What are you talking about? So why you think, look at all the other wingers them. Foden. Put Foden at cam. He's working. Put him at striker. He's working. Put him at central forward. He's working. Why don't they want to put him at Bailey at striker and keep him there on the field? Why they don't want to take that risk? It tells you that he wants development. Just by that, you know he wants development. And if you watch it and you watch other level football and you are in lines with the coach and everything, you will realize that he needs a lot more improvement. A lot more improvement. You have to be honest. Ajax play Champions League. The team is a step up, but the league, no. Yeah, we agree about the league, but Jamaica Guna said it's a step down. My God, man, I totally disagreed with Jamaica Guna there. Ajax is not all that, to be honest, JD. So calm down. But I'm telling you that they would beat Aston Villa. So if you are not all that, and they will beat most of the teams in the Premier League. Most of the teams in the Premier League. Most of the teams in the Premier League. Because most of the teams in the Premier League, City beating them because City just can pass the ball and have high energy. That's all. And break them down after time. 12 out of the 20 teams in the Premier League, City beat them because of their stamina and their ability to pass. That's all. They embarrassed them based off the quality on behalf of passing and stamina. So believe me, man, don't disrespect Ajax, man. I think it's just rumors. Leon will be at Villa. No. We never say we never wrote it as a rumor. It's not a rumor. It is something that his agent says. And then other articles picked it up and said maybe this would be somewhat of a good idea to talk about. So we just brought it here and asked the necessary questions. At the same time, bringing up to see if the Aston Villa situation is exactly as all people trying to force it to be. And what we're seeing, I think he's going to be on the bench a lot more. And I can't blame them at this point until Gerrard gets fired. And hopefully they do bring in a manager that can play the expansive football. So the next manager they should be bringing in should be managers that can fit the system of their, accommodate their players. So they spend as much money to get a quality manager to accommodate their players. That's the thing that they need to work on. Mr. Galaxy, big up yourself. Leon, top 4 at Villa. The problem is he's only the only natural winger. Top 4 at Villa. All right. So let me bring up the Villa stats now. Aston Villa, because we have it here. All right. So we'll bring up the entire Aston Villa team. I would say he should be top 4. He should be in the top 4 main players at the club, 100%. Martinez. I think Martinez is one of the top players at the club. Would you guys consider that as well? I think they just bring in Diego Carlos, 40 million. But I would say Tyrone Mings would be, even though he didn't start to have a season good, he would be one of the top players at the club. Just to see him. Right. Ashley Young might be one of the top players at the club. He's 37, still 1 million, but because of his experience and stuff, maybe he's a top player. Yes, I would call him a top player and more respectable player. Douglas Louis not played well, but obviously he's coming in as a high profile name and with backing, but he has not played well. Leon Bailey, Coutinho, Buendia, Ings. So Ings, Coutinho, Ashley Young, and Martinez. I would put those four. I would put Leon Bailey 5. Because Ings is a player that's respected in the Premier League. I wouldn't put Ollie Watkins over him. Obviously, Ollie Watkins have a higher market value than Leon Bailey, but Ings would garner more respect than Leon Bailey. So, based on respect, I'm talking about. Ings, I would put above him. I would put Coutinho above him on the worldwide stage. That is obvious, even though he's 30. Then I would have to go with Ashley Young, because Ashley Young is pretty much a top respectable name in the Premier League and the goalkeeper. So I would put Leon Bailey at 5th in the club. Let me know if you agree with that. Based off just the names, that's what I'm talking about, like high profile names. Arland Emmons, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Guys, as you come in, make sure to smash that like button, man. And let me go up to 2 hours, all right? Let me see. Okay, we're past 50. But come on, guys. Let me hit 100 on the video, if not further. But definitely smash that like button. And if you're new to the channel, this is a new Imaxit channel because our first channel got took down. So all you need to do is subscribe, all right? Yes. I think Bailey should get the role like that of a Bobby Reed in his team. Okay, facts don't care about your opinions. So the facts is showing you what reality is in the world. Boss Thomas, respect. All right, Gerard is just stuck in his ways. Barely won any games last season, playing 4-2, 4-3-1-2. Only bright spark was when he played 4-3-3. Bailey and Buendia together. 2 strikers formation in the Prem is silly. All right, that's fair. That's a fair assessment. All right, Conrad, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Oh, I hope all is well. And people, you can call in here. All right. We saw in that case about playing is different position. I think he should be more versatile still, but we heard that he was more versatile. Team Cataract check-in. Ashley Young ain't no top player. I've talked about names. I've said I will put all the names. If you're going to talk about top player based on their market value and what they are contributed, you would have put Ollie Watkins over Leon Bailey. So you would have taken out Ashley Young and put Ollie Watkins, and that would have been a fact. That would have actually been a fact. You would have still put in other players that I refused to put in. So Leon Bailey would not be top 5 in the club if we are going to talk reality. So I try to avoid that and go with big names. And you're talking about Ashley Young ain't no top player. We talk about names, Jamaica and Guna. So don't get in your feelings. Because I know you have a sensitive side when it comes on to Leon Bailey them. So sometimes it's not even good to touch these topics, star. Villa is the only EPL side playing without a winger. That's the problem. The 2 striker formation not working. Well, they look better. They look better when they do something like that. They look better. What I'm going to do. 1 second. Let me take this call. Hello, good evening. Welcome to the Huyamidak. It's a Netherlands article, so I should speak only Netherlands.
Morning, JD.
Why this guy laughing? Why are you laughing? What I'm going to do, I'm going to drop the link. I will drop the link and people can come on, all right?
Yeah, but that's why they say something before the link. I just wanted to ask you, what is Leon Bailey's crossing percentage in the Premier League for the games he has played? Because you see, for me, I think that is at the heart of the problem. Mm-hmm. And I'd just love if you could bring that up. I mean, I've seen it somewhere, but it wasn't. It's SofaScore didn't give me like how it was, but I know you have the different ones to look at. But I think the issue is crossing. To be an out and out winger, you're crossing. You must be in about the 70 to 70% accuracy. And particularly because Ollie Watkins is not a tall striker. So you really have to be putting the ball on his forehead. I don't know if you agree. right? It's not like if you had someone like, oh God, I'm not even going to say
But
Haaland, but you know, if you had
that's what
Haaland
we but
or
that's what the whole
Sebastian Hilaire.
but what I'm saying, that's what the whole conversation was, to say that when they do put on Buendia and Leon Bailey, the cross is not coming in as effective as normal, and they have lose the protection, even though it's the space from at the cam, because we have two players out wide, and then they expose the entire middle, and they keep on getting caught out that way. So that's why he has to go back there. You understand me? And that is a problem. But what I'm going to do, one on a cataract, just join the link. I will just drop the link, and
No
because
problem, no
I
problem,
saw
no
some
problem.
comments. Yeah. All right, I will drop the link and people can come on. I saw Orius, which is the 8 of the channel, the original 8 of the channel. He said, JD, the fans are going to put you on the bench. All right, no problem. But I have still remained relevant worldwide, no matter how much people from Jamaica fight against me. Because you know why? Everybody know that I'm the most educated person when it comes on to football. So it doesn't matter what you're saying. I was the only one talked about this before nobody even utter something out of their mouth. So if I can see things from way before, I don't try to go off sensationalism. And you are one of the main problem of this sensationalism thing. You, Orius Lynch, you are the problem. Yes. So let me give you your little minute of fame there. All right. Yes, man. So let me pull up this one so we can bring on the personalism on the screen. All right. We will keep the stats right here, just the same, like how we are talking. No problem. Because like I do care if people want to bench me. You don't see me doing worldwide content, and I'm doing very much great, even way better than Jamaica. So before and after. So that simply means I have to be talking sense. I guess people don't want me to talk about Jamaican contents because they don't want to hear sense. That's a very bad that's a very bad bar, That's a very bad bar if you're trying to run away people that has sense. That is sad. All right, so let me pull up this right here. 1 second, let me replace this here, and then we can bring on the personals on the stream. Jamaican Guna, the link is right here, so if you want to come on, you can. All right, yes. Jamaican Guna say Coutinho, Mings, Martinez, Brandia, maybe Watkins. So you put 5 people ahead of him then. So you're doing even worse than me.
No, I don't think it's fair to put Wendy above Leon Bailey. I don't think that is fair. That is unfair.
I don't think you would.
A couple of years ago, Wendy was a championship player.
Yes, but he came in at the same market value of the Leon Bailey, if not more. So they rank
in terms of effectiveness. If Wendy had come in and started the show, like how remember Ollie Watkins came from the championship as well, and he opened the gateway for championship players to come to clubs, because I think Saeed Berrama came right after him, because he transitioned quickly, fitted into the Premier League, scoring goals, went into double figures, and became an England international. So he's the biggest name at the club, along with Martinez, the goalkeeper. But I think Aston Villa bought Leon Bailey because he has always been described as an out-and-out winger. And I don't think they've gotten the production from him as a winger. I was hoping to see, based on injury and settling in, how he would do this year. So, make we see. Like I said to you the other day when I came on the program, when we in Jamaica talk about football and look at footballers, right? We use some different matrix and different things to say who's a big baller. But when you look at coaches and people who are scouting, they seem to look at something totally and completely different. I was speaking on another program and talking about Jamal Lowe, and I read somewhere that 14 clubs have put in a bid for Jamal Lowe. 14 clubs in the championship.
Okay.
Right? Who no bid? Probably they no year. Or them broke. Right? But 14 clubs put in a bid for Jamal Lowe. I think Sunderland is leading right now, and Vincent Company, Burnley. Watford dropped out because Ishmael Sarr did not get sold to Aston Villa. But if Ishmael Sarr transfer had gone through Aston Villa, Jamal Lowe would have gone there. So when we are talking about man and a big ball and man can't play, what is it that we are seeing that 14 coaches,
hold him,
full
Cataract.
license coaches, sorry.
Cataract, they were trying to get Ismail Sarr at the club to see if they could have unlocked Liam Bailey or to play two wingers, actual two wingers. They were trying to get that, and they never got that to come through. People don't even follow these discussions. They just come, see an article, run on it, sensationalism, because Jamaican people want to hear, yeah, Liam Bailey, the biggest baller. Yes, he might be the biggest baller of Jamaica. We all agreed on that. But we are in the real world. We are in the real world that every talent in the world come into the Premier League. So we are lucky that we have Jamaican born, because it clearly looks like it's just a Jamaican born thing. Because if it was Mikel Antonio facing these issues, you wouldn't hear so much people talking like this. They wouldn't even care. They wouldn't even care. You understand me? So it looks like it's just a sensationalism thing because a person was born on the land. So you're telling me that we can't even talk logical anymore? We can't
No,
even talk
no,
logical.
we can't talk logical, but you don't know that already. You don't know that already.
That's why, Mr. Orish Lynch, you don't have to worry about me. That's why I take my time moving away from the Reggae Boyz content and give it to you and your friend them. All right? Because it looks like that's all you want. All a corner shop reasoning when statistics don't match nothing. So anybody have sense on run away from the country and then on talk about brain drain. Okay, let that sink in. Anybody who have sense who don't want to run away from the country. But when they talk about brain drain, when the same people them are send back their money at the country to make the country live up to this point. Let that sink in. Let that sink in, Mr. Oriach Lynch. When we clearly look like you like people with sense.
The other thing I got from somebody is that I think it might be Newcastle, one of the money team there, made an inquiry into Bobby Reid.
Okay, Bobby Reid.
They were told that Bobby Reid is not for sale under any circumstances. So if in American sports, you know, say Bobby Reid is almost the franchise player, even above Mitrovic, because they accept at Fulham that Mitrovic is not really a Premier League level striker. He is definitely a top championship striker, but he doesn't have all the toolbox. But then we say Bobby Reid no good. Rather than looking at, so how does a team say, under no circumstances would Bobby Reid be sold?
Okay.
And in Jamaica, we would have wanted him to come back.
No, Keta, hold on, Keta. We should not move. When I built the video and everybody in Jamaica's sphere were claimed to say they are coaches, because clearly I believe I'm a better coach than all of them, you know. That's what I'm going to tell you straight up now, you know. Because you know why? Everyone, all of them come up and say they are big coaches and talk about they can find people in the country that's better than Bobby Reid and Ray. They should pick players on the JPL. Like that was not a thing. That's what they have said, you know. People erased it and said it never said. And a lie people tell, which we sure know it's actually true. Anyways, when Bobby Reid played Canada, he was playing an industrial role to fix with O'Neill Fisher to stop and Alphonso Davis. No one looked at that. Oh, Bobby Reid output is very bad because they just wanted to blame the English players. They ate the English players. I can tell you this, guys. If you're from outside, it's a load of people. Eight people outside Jamaica. I don't know why they hate people outside Jamaica when everybody outside Jamaica actually love them and want them to be their best. They just hate on people outside Jamaica for no reason. Bobby Reid is one of the industrial players that actually make every one of the coaches' team stick. He did his job in the game, and all of these done-said coaches come and talk about the guy not playing well. And I'm saying, what are you talking about? You don't realize that he has a designed role on the field. I'm clearly seeing that from I'm watching it live. So is it that I just go to outside grounds, football grounds in the world and talk to coaches and I've automatically become better than these idiots? Are they just the bias blinding their eyes? They can't see the truth. One of the two. But something is wrong, man. It's sad, man. Pastor, the link is right there. It is pinned. So if you want to come on, you can. All right. You can
so can I answer Jamaican go now? Yes, Mitrovic will get some goals, but Mitrovic has never, I don't look back if he has ever gotten double-digit goals in the Premier League.
Well, he's going to get that double-digit this time.
Because a man can start with 3, 4, 5 goals, you know, and then for the next 6 months, he'll get another goal, you know.
No, the way of football going right now and the Premier League has changed. Physical strikers like him will get goals. Will get goals. Will get goals. The pattern of play changed big time. Pagan said logic goes out the window with evaluation of talents. It seems yes. The one thing, Arius Lynch after the fight with me and him, good vibes. JD, I am not a hater, and I am not even in Jamaica. I am all New York, bro. I was interviewed on the radio last Monday. Well, if you're interviewed on the radio last Monday, why you can't click the link and come and tackle me? Let me take away a stripe. Then you realize how much I've truly known about football and why everyone in the world respect me, like a worldwide view on football. But everybody in Jamaica, it looks like them read out a one dictionary when it comes down to football. But it seems like it's just the wrong dictionary. They need to get a right dictionary and evaluate talents because the truth is there. You just need to cut out the biasness, man. It's embarrassing, man. Bailey is a good baller. Good baller.
You remember when the debacle happened against Panama, right? And you had some voices I heard some voices, the one name was said, straight Jamaican for the team, tried to even put in the name Busy Atkinson over Jamal Lowe. We don't remember those things.
Yeah, but Busy
winger.
Listen, I don't want to turn this. No, I don't want this turn this into of local
no, it's
players.
not okay. No. What I'm saying to you, is no, we're not talking about that. We're talking about how we evaluate players.
Yes,
how do we evaluate?
But Cataract, we already know that's a lie. We know that is not true, and they are lying. We know that for fact. They are lying.
It is because we look at players playing in our JPL against each other, and we don't know what skill sets are transitionable. Look at CFS, for example, right? CFS got called up, I think, to the national team training squad and get cut, right? Couldn't come in even when he was one of the leading scorers. We said Daniel Green, etc. CFS has gone into Europe and played in even in one of the Europa League or the Conference League and score. His skills are transferable. His turn of pace he has a proper ball control. So it's not about hating local players. It's about evaluating those who are best able to go ahead and represent Jamaica. It never striking at the players that Kaim Paris was there for how long doing well in his league in Slovenia or whatever, and couldn't get a sniff, not even a 30-man squad. So it's not about whether they're born in Jamaica. It's about which players. The thing is that we don't have the tools to evaluate international players. We just look and say, "Oh man, bad, a man good."
Yes, I think that is what we need to do. The solution for Jamaica going forward, because we have been blessed to be linked with a good amount of true talented players coming from England, but we don't have the level of knowledge and the level of footballing capabilities to judge these guys and play them well. So what we need to do is to get an analyzer of talent coming from the best place. Don't even hire coaches yet. Just spend the money on the analyzer of talents to pick the best talents to come here. And really, so the technical director then, Cataract, just spend the money. Let that person be the technical director then towards the product. Then that's what I would say. Let him be the technical director then, to evaluate talents, because René Simons was very good at finding what he needs towards his project, right? So how can we saying that we're going to pick a coach to have a project, but have a different person to run the job? Oh, you work that. Oh, that can work.
It's a long-standing thing, Remember, René Simons came and took Ian Goodison out of the major league,
All right.
They were at that time, I think there were 12 or so club in the top league in Jamaica. You had the Kasafa, the Super League or whatever it is. And all those central defenders, he looked past them and saw a talent in the major league. And that talented Ian Goodison was able to mark, and he did box down Gabriel, that is tutor, right? But he was able to go and get a career in the championship in England.
Yeah, but all
So
I'm saying is,
it's not where you're at, it's about looking for transferable skills. We
okay.
don't know how to scout. We don't know how to look at what you call the thing that when them look at your height and your weight and your this what you call it, the vital statistics, right? Those are
Mhm.
they are deep things. Whether you can play with both feet make a big difference. If you're a one-footed or a heavily one-footed player, right? You have to be exceptional because you being able to use both feet is what gets you out of trouble. So I don't think we know how to evaluate. That's just me, right? And so I've never said that there are no good local players in Jamaica. I'm just saying
No, you
we don't
can't
know
say
to
that.
find
No,
them.
no, no.
We don't know to find them.
But you saying, getting the best evaluator of talent will just tell the truth from day one. So if the
Yes, I would
local
not want him
talents are
talk no
better,
English. We don't want him talk no English. Like
why you
Bielsa.
should not talk? Why should
No,
why
'cause
should
I
he
don't
not
want
talk?
nobody coming in ears.
Oh, he should.
I
Oh,
don't
no,
want speak
no.
no English. Just the language of football.
Okay. Giovanni said, Bobby Reed is always a better player in the Prem. Somehow his style fits the Prem. Top scorer for Cardiff when they went down, then the same for Fulham. So all right, and then Lansley's big up, big up. Thanks for being here, Lansley. Guys, if you come in and you miss the like button, make sure to smash the like button. As you know, we give you hardcore, actual information here. All right. So, and this is how I want the channel to stay. Just always information. So you're not going to see me cover a sensational video here. None at all. I don't like things. I just deal with analytics. Simple. If it doesn't go that way, then that's it. I don't care. So if you don't like that, you leave the channel. All right? Because you're not going to see me here hyping up nobody. If they don't do something. And we have a culture like that is blessed and hyping up people without them doing nothing at all. You get me? Not saying for this condition because Liam Bailey did do something in Borussia Dortmund, in Mönchengladbach, but at the same time, um, even Mönchengladbach, Leverkusen, sorry, in Leverkusen. But at the same time, we have to evaluate it and talents the proper way and give you the stats out there. And the stats not saying that Liam Bailey deserved to be on the field based on the Gerard's tenure. So that's what it's showing you. He can't manage those style of players. That's what we brought on the video to show you. So the man just doing what he can to win games. That's all. So if you don't like that boy, I can tell you you're on the wrong street. JD, you don't take constructive criticism very well. You get emotional for no reason. Bobby Reed was a loser for Jamaica, bro. Well, I can tell you, Bobby Reed was a loser. You have a big waste players up on the field. We're on the hype up every day. We cannot play football because they have a zero IQ. Simple as
Bobby
that.
Reed is a
Let me
loser.
see if I'm going to take criticism well now. Let me see if I'm going to take criticism well.
Oh God.
Nobody at Fulham believes he's not a PL striker, bro. That's a
Look, let
false.
me hold on. Let me apologize. Let me rephrase and let me say this. The He is not a top Premier League striker. Let me rephrase it, right? Because none of it are perfect on God. Players like Mitrovic, Timur Puki, right? The clubs will hold on to them because those are yo-yo clubs. They tend to go up and down. So the player will give them a decent or okay showing in the Premier League, but the next year when they get relegated, them star up the thing and get them promoted again. I don't
Yes.
believe that Timo Pukki they are internationals. He plays good for Finland or Iceland or wherever it is. Mitrovic plays well for Austria.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anybody would say he's in the top of the Premier League strikers. But I saw something and I watched a game, and this is the good thing about we don't have not Premier League on the TV. So I was watching the Carabao Cup with Aston Villa versus Bolton Wanderers,
Bolton Wanderers, yes. We detail that game already, Cataract.
and I saw Leon Bailey. Well, I didn't see the game. I saw it. I got to sit down and watch it. Take on a run. Oh God, a black guy. Oh God, defender. And the man just, I don't know if the word nudge is the word I would use. And Bailey went flying. So Leon Bailey has to work on his strength as well. Because those defenders, if if defenders are both in what League One are out muscling you because you can't just run past people, so you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Leon Bailey will have to get stronger, right? And he has to work on his crossing. I'd asked you the percentage, but I didn't know if you were able to get that for me.
I just brought up the thing for the game, the Bolton game, because you were talking on it. Yes, that's why I brought it up. But
Okay.
anyways, R.S. Lynch, the reason why it seems like I am not taking constructive criticism, because you never pointed one to me. All right, so you never did anything. But the problem is, you guys always talk so intelligent. But that's the thing I want you to be. You understand me? And that is the problem, because you wouldn't have so much problem with me. You would have problem with people that puts out only fake information and the lack of intelligent information out there. And that is a problem, because what you do now, you build a false aura around Leon Bailey. You know, when you do those things, it lead people not to work hard. And why you always hear that is one of our issues. In football, our issues will always be we're not working hard. We're not improving. You hear, what's his name again? Maggie came out and said what people used to tell him from before. That lead him to waste a couple of years out of his life, because of Jamaican people, because of our behavior in a cataract. Waste the guy's time, Not saying he's not using for some sort of excuse, but I know, because I'm in Belgium as well. So I know it wastes 2 years out of the youth's life. You understand me? Because of Jamaican people and their sensationalism behavior. Make the youth believe that he's this big star, and when he reach reality, he can't matriculate into nothing else, because this is not football, just football alone. This is life, and you can't fit in no other part of the world. And the football is nothing comparable to what's happening. And it's not even the highest level of football. It's in the top 20, but it's not even the highest level. So you're in the top 20, but not even the highest level. You can't even fit in. And you are the best version of Jamaica. A Jamaican people do them something to people. So when you think when I motivate people, when actually I bring them down because of our own insecurity. Because it's insecurity, cataract. Why they try to over-eye people? Because they themselves feel majority of the time, so they want to only put on a good vibes and say, oh man, let me go here, so because I'm gonna say, Bailey, team, Bailey the biggest thing, Ray. We don't know facts. But if we can bring this up on Bailey watching the show, let me finish. If we can bring this up and Bailey watching the show, Bailey will say, Jano, that's what the video analyst show me. I'm not running into the 35 yards to the 15 yards right there. And that is effective, because that will be blocking off the zone to make me become a right wing back. So I can protect the defense a little bit more and still see the field upward a little bit better, so I can counter-attack even more precisely. You would learn things like that. You understand me? But these people, they are not on that level. They are not trying to evolve the youths them. The sensationalism don't work, bro. And that's all we're trying to say. So when I'm here talking, I researched everything before I do come here. And I want to help people. So if you think I am the bad person, boy, I can tell you, it's okay. I will leave and go somewhere else. I'm saying I will leave and go somewhere and talk about the girls' football, and people appreciate it a little bit more, because at least people can see it and translate it themselves, because they're in footballing countries and they're trying to learn football, and they're trying to see what new talents is, and it's actually working. What I'm saying makes perfect sense on the screen, because they're seeing it before it comes.
JD, there's something that you said earlier that it come. Giovanni responded and said, so read his comment, that the defender is 6'3", and so therefore even that must nudge him. Even Ronaldo did get nudged off the ball by I think might be Pinnock or somebody like that. You spoke about football and IQ. If you see a man 6'3" and you attempt run,
you should use Bernardo Silva and Foden. And then you will learn, just say those two names, because they wouldn't run into the player.
No, they wouldn't try to go through that narrow gap. What they would do is head at him, cut the ball inside, lay the ball off, and then move past the player and receive the return pass. They wouldn't try to do it all themselves.
Isolative zones. Yes, isolative zones. Should pass it
Right.
around them
Just
rather
use a
than going
triangle.
to it. Yes. So yeah,
But what
that's
happened was he looked up at the player and said, "You are just a little man in League One. I'm going to shift out your clothes and run past you." And I'm saying to defenders and those things, you might get to it once, but to be able to analyze what's happening is critical. But I just think he does need strength because the wingers are not weak. If one of the reasons why I always keep talking about um Tyreek Jimenez, because I think he has a good base. His legs are strong. He doesn't get knocked off easily at that right back position going forward and upward, right? Yes, and I'm going to give him time to develop. And I'm not born in England, I'm born in Jamaica. And you for one, JD, from day one, I've been on the Tyreek Jimenez bandwagon. But I also rate Max Aarons. Have you ever seen Max Aarons knocked off a ball yet?
Max Aarons, most of the youths that you talked about,
No, like Norwich, the Norwich right back that we so desperate.
I know Max Aarons, man. Of course I know Max Aarons. I just bought him in the game, in FIFA,
Okay.
So of course I know him. Yes.
You don't see those players getting knocked off the ball. They might be beaten by the header because he's not really a tall right back. But certainly the lower body strength and center of gravity. You have to know how to use your center of gravity. A big, tall player, 6'3", does not have a good center of gravity. So if you use the sudden movement and you make the ball, one of the things I learned when I was basic coaching that you do, you can go sign up in England and so that you can do your little pub team, right? And I remember one of the things that they said in the front of the book was this: the ball moves faster than the man. No man can move faster than the ball. But in Jamaica, we come with this big, fast, and strong. Like we are going to outrun a ball. If we don't, the ball hit with potential energy into kinetic energy is going to move faster than you. The slowest thing that happens on the field is when you dribble. But
anyways,
we just love true or false, JD, because you're bigger football than me. True or false?
Cataract, you're saying it. People can go and research it themselves. That's what they need to do, a little bit more research, and then they will realize, correct. The persons that they do eat, correct they are. You understand me? I've heard people talk about intelligence, believe me, Cataract, you're 100% correct, brother. 100%. The people can check that for themselves. Intelligence.
No, we are highly indisciplined people. We are the most, I don't know, outside Jamaica and Nigeria, we're the two most indisciplined countries in the world. No, we're not disciplined.
One second, let me just clear the comments them first. All right. Apart from football, I really dislike all this nonsense about Jamaicans and stay home versus those that leave. And Moby deputy say, if you leave, then you're a coward. What garbage? But that's what I'm saying to you, Oris. Because you have to understand, when you just said you don't into this English and Jamaica thing, now you get to realize what we are saying for 2 years now, that this is a thing. People inside the country don't like people that leaves the country. Sometimes it comes subconsciously, like it's just because they are going to have to give up, say that the person might be better than them, because the person might be open to much more knowledge than themselves. Sometimes it goes that way, But I think it has been increased over time. I do see it, man. If somebody call you and ask you something you can't give them, the H's that they do give you, they don't want to communicate, and because the lack of communication, it's just getting worse and worse. Believe me, Horace Lynch, check three more years before if nothing gets better. You're going to be sad. I am not asking you. These PE level coaches in JA need to be charged. Just have the youths busting a sweat, then embarrassing themselves if they go on trials overseas. Fixed development strategy. Coming from Giovanni there, Steven Gerrard is not winning no game. He's the problem at Aston Villa. How many games did Bobby Reid win for Jamaica? Question. He was a part of the problem in the World Cup qualifying. But you can say that about almost all of the other teams. Pick Damian Lowe. How much game he lost for Jamaica? A lot. Andre Blake, which is one of our best performers. How much games he lost for Jamaica? A lot. You go to Alvas Powell, O'Neill Fisher, the same thing. Aka, Devon Speedy Williams, the same thing. Shamar Nicholson, Miss Chance is just the same. Corey Burke, Miss Chance, just the same. Taxi, miss complete possessions and got caught out just the same. So what I don't understand.
I don't understand. The issue with Bobby Reid is Jamaica did not know. Bobby Reid is a number 10 at Fulham, you know. He played as a small striker, a second striker, right? He is a versatile player because he can play as much as wing back.
Can you pull it back and tell where Bobby Reid? You said Bobby Reid played.
Pardon
for
me?
people to hear. No, tell him where, because remember when I came here, and I said that, even you tried to challenge me as well.
No, JD, don't do that. Don't do that.
No, you tried to
no, JD, don't do that. No, JD.
You were not.
No, I was not. I know Bobby Reid. Remember, I know Bobby Reid from the championship, Remember, so it's just 2 years or 2-3 seasons now, 2 seasons now, Leeds in the Premier League, So Bobby Reid is a player I know inside out. That's why when I was telling people that Daniel Johnson is a central attacking midfielder at camp, and man, I try to tell you that Daniel Johnson a box to box. Daniel Johnson plays behind the striker in the cam role. We play the players out of position in Jamaica. But they are versatile because they have the basic footballing things, right? I mean, in that first touch and them can pass or whatever. We tried to convert Daniel Johnson into a CDM, You
Yes.
remember that?
Yeah, I know.
Daniel Johnson alongside Michael Hector.
Yeah. Yeah, I
That
understand.
was the first experiment in the Gold Cup,
Yeah. Facts. Hold on, Qatar. We know we can't go back over that in Qatar. Remember, we just have a light show, It's not a war show,
No, I'm just saying to that. I would never have said to you. Bobby Reid is a versatile player.
Yourself, I because my channel got shut down, and here, that's why I can't blame you. Because I'm not sure if you was one of those persons in the country.
I disagree with you, Paul, but they could never be on that. Because the fact is, what happened was, when Bobby Reid came in the side, we wanted to play Lamar Walker. Remember that, in the Gold Cup, we wanted to play Lamar Walker in the role that Bobby Reid would have normally been playing.
Qatar, let me take the call, Qatar.
Yeah, man.
I agree with you. And said, I'm not sure.
I said, that make too much sense today.
You make too much sense today? Okay. All right. Neil, big up yourself. Good day. How are you doing?
Well, go on, JD. Big up yourself, man. Big up Qatar too. But JD, I'm not going to take long because I work me there. But
I'm going to show you out from work. Where's the country?
Like Bobby Reid now, you, so I was saying, JD, let me tell you something. You see, the funny thing, remember from Bobby Reid missing goal against in a World Cup and he missed a goal in a World Cup qualifying. You realize, some people just come down on the man and they might say, Bobby Reid no good. You remember they've been calling the Nation League team and some people say, well, can remember, they might say, Bobby Reid them don't get selected. When somebody write on him page and Bobby Reid said they never call him.
Yes.
Some people say,
he never good either. You say get to learn. Say they never really want them. Yeah, that's true, man. I got the same
but
feeling.
You look at JD. Suppose say you turn it wrong. Suppose I was a man like Flemmings in a position where Bobby Reid and Flemmings are Fulham and I play a game. Remember, brother, all of them player with them just up and light up and show cursing help and gas and everything. All of them with them put out. You understand? Like when you go to a certain club and then bring out home and say pick the one where you want. All of them with them put out, JD. Then what then there? You understand?
Facts.
If you say Bobby Reid workless and Bobby Reid useless, then we flame them. What to flame them? Or you can call him man where I play in the Premier League.
No, because it's a way to bring down a person that you know have more talent and playing at something higher because you want to rise yourself. And that's the tribal mentality. And that is the biggest problem. That's why now we start to fight against the people that leave the country. Remember before, people usually be loving you leave the country that you can do something back for your family. No, they're casting you out for doing something like that.
JD, me say pain me sometimes just to just listen on people, deal with people, especially people where them not connected to. Because them maybe they not feel no connection to a certain people, so they feel like say well, them not feel no way around them. And as soon as they make any kind of mistake, everybody come down on them, which is really one them when they love. They can do all kind of things, and nobody not say nothing.
True.
I say to myself, when a man come and talk about Bobby Reid useless to Jamaica, so what I'm curious to hear them. Well, if Bobby Reid useless, you want them what? You want them to gas up and claim so all them well talented. All long, me not disrespect nobody. But remember when Lamar Walker I played in the Olympic thing when Jamaica not play for the Olympic. Not this time, the last time when St. Vincent beat them. Then got one tournament I think that was in Colombia. And if you don't talk about Lamar Walker talented and not be the next big thing. And this me just tell you, all people still. See? And going to be this next big thing and untalented. So tell me now. So if Lamar Walker is so talented, why Lamar Walker sit on the USL as a young player so long ago? You understand? But as them player there, they want to take and put over player with established player who play in a Premier League, who play in a good league. You want to take them players and put them over them just because you like them. You understand?
Facts. No, you're correct, man. And it's a disease, man. It's a disease. I think we should do a show for that, because you know why? You know why? Because I've realized most of the biggest personnels, because I saw what's his name from Sportsmax doing the same thing. Are talking about when the overseas players come, they barely turn up. And it's always most of the local players them. So even when we're saying even when the same players them say people saying that it's not a local versus overseas, they are the same ones saying it. Go on Sportsmax and you hear it for yourself. And in this campaign, he's saying that the local players them outperformed, never look better than the English. The English players them never look better than the local players them. So sometimes, why like he wants to say, why you bother bringing these players aside from the big name them Antonios and Ray. Why you bother bring them in? It just sound not good, guys. So you can know where we're coming from. We are not haters of nothing. We're just trying to understand why you come with these behaviors when it's not true. If you watch the game yourself, you realize, bro, what kind of them did better where? We have not.
I wonder, is Dr. Gigi on the phone?
No, it's Neil, and he's at work.
Neil, big up yourself. Because one day your boss must, because JD stop, do Conga Cup and start do some international thing, One day your boss are going to tune in for the channel I hear you. And that's me, I'll tell you, yellow. You understand? First, when you just use it to Jamaica, you did all right. But you're going to get caught. See, like how we did do the live and the man tell him boss, stay there, Mobi. The boss, he's for the live out of the other 20. Ask him if you in there, Bobby. So JD, no, what I want to say is, I think that the miss that Bobby Reid missed that goal was criminal, and I'm not going to forgive him. I'm not going to forgive that or speak of that. But one incident does not define a player. You have had players in the team that continually miss chances, right? So Bobby Reid, you could build a Jamaica team around Bobby Reid.
We're seeing that now. Before it was not in question, but we're seeing it now.
My question I want to ask those who claim to love Jamaica, for example, a player like Fabian McCarthy, is just in a 2022 Fabian McCarthy learn to play football? When we were looking for CDM, when we go and dig out the Javon Watson. So when we're saying to you that there are better talents on the island that were being overlooked, Andrew Vanzi, it's not that we don't like Jamaica, we just don't like the preferential treatment to such and such man. So it's just in a 2022 now that Fabian McCarthy become a good CDM. Why wasn't he seen a year ago? Because he was in the Premier League in the previous short season that they had. Right?
Mm-hmm.
The issue with the midfield, and I'm going to say to you again, Anthony Grant is not the best player in the world, but Javon Watson, Haka, was the problem with the midfield. Nothing could be built. Hold on. Nothing could be built around that, because even when they put Haka alongside Speedy, it was still a problem. Haka was the main man.
You're talking too much. I'm not listening. You just said.
Sorry.
Oh, you say you're D-Goat, Javon Watson. So.
Yo, man, they pan pink one for all the party. The man put the pan pink one for nothing. Bad man, the dig out man. What? See man? Yep.
Okay, look at the mascot. The call, Neil Ganstar. Neil makes some good point.
No, but I'm just saying to you, you cannot talk to Daniel Johnson, Speedy, Anthony Grant. The whole lot of them, nobody could look the best that they could look, because the main player, we were building a midfield around Haka.
Okay,
all right. So that Haka was coming in to be the man for the last 5 minutes when we need him and bring steel. Then the next thing, the man turned up to be the man.
No, Cataract. People listening to the conversation. We have a good amount of people listening.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
They knew that you were going to swing the conversation back to Anthony Grant.
Did they hear what I said? I said Anthony Grant is not the best CDM. So that's what I call his team. You're gonna think you heard that, JD, right?
I know. I understand what you're saying now. But yeah, Mr. Jamaican Guna in the chat making people out to be this and that, because that's how he always comes off with Pastor. But Pastor will find a way to curve it back to JFF. Oh my God. So let me big up some people, guys, before we get away. And please, guys, hit the like button. Get us to 100 likes on the video so we can be in the algorithm. As you know, we might deserve it, even though we might not start the most good things about Jamaica, because we're just trying to give it information, and information seems to never turn to the way you want it. Hopefully we can find information that go in your favor so you can actually like we. Sian said, JD, the conclusion is, if you analyze Jamaican players, you are a hater. All right. Big up yourself, Warren. Thanks for being here. All right. Travis says, Bobby Reed, a big baller. Anything Jamaican say, otherwise, them not like the baller. Bobby Reed is a must in the best 23 all the time. No. We're just saying, Travis, come on, man. Travis, if me say something about any local player, you tell me, Travis. You tell me that me not like the local players. Them. You tell me always. Question, JD and Cataract. Are Jamaicans disciplined? You answered that already. The truth is a problem. Okay, we have the man from the Gronglish, coming in. Maggie get gas up with 90. What I mean by that? Let me put in the great Lord Maggie Luya in the building. Yes, so Africa, Jamaica Guna join in. Big up. How are you doing?
They are bad man. They are listening to conversation, Wow, well, I look vibe and thing, you know what I mean? So then I bank here wait about 95 hours wait to blow out. I'm like, all of Jamaica forward, so I go bank to the bro. Jaja. But anyways, yeah, brother, like some money I give them, man. So all of the PMaster them full up of people. You see, money I run out. But I try to make it look like I some big money we got collect. No, if you have a withdrawal, man, if you go collect big money, you're not gonna sit them outside now line. Going to the random man, the special place on one part around this man. But anyway, watch your style, So there, dog, I see the place with cloudy star. You see me? The sky look great. You see it? Yeah, brother. So I say, Me see one night time Antony Grant did away one grey shoes. You see it?
A grand step on Jamaica make the rain apart.
So, but anyway, still, we could talk about some football. So the football round, dog, and it's up on the field and bounce, you see it? So, you know, so one night time, I see Antony Grant kick on football. I want to tell you,
If jump on the bottom, I miss the ball from going to goal.
yo, this man here is a different human being, you know, brother. Yeah, man, this man here is a different human being. The man here curve. Any, the conversation about Bobby Reid, you know. And the man say, watch your style and when they chat about Bobby Reid.
Brother,
Watch a blood clean segue here. Boop, Antony Grant in your face. Radam.
No. I don't want them conversations.
Yo, big up Catara Kid, you see it.
No, but
yeah, man.
for a night edge, no.
And the point of the conversation still on a real level, though, you know. I think so. What is happening with us Jamaicans? We have been laughed at by a lot of other countries because I'm realized that when other countries are realistic in looking at their players and knowing that they're in a decline or they're in a rebuilding phase or whatever they are, I admit that and put things in place to facilitate that change. We as Jamaicans are thinking that our players that we have in 2022 are good as the players them that we qualified for in the World Cup. And that delusion is being laughed at by a lot of other people. And I've gone to other shows and I've seen it manifested itself. You have people basically, I said Jamaican people delusional. Because we are thinking that our players are this good and this great, and none of our players we don't have 5 players in the top 5 league. We have two? We have 2 players in the top 5 league. One of them I get game, one now I get none. One is in the Premier League and one is in the French league.
No, I think it would be unfair. You have to count Raheem Sterling.
Bro, come on, but Raheem Sterling is an English player, bro. G. We are talking about Jamaican player. We are talking about Jamaican player represent my country.
Oh, you're talking about the national players. Okay.
You never said Jamaican band. I'm in a business about Jamaican band. Raheem Sterling don't represent Jamaica football side, bro. I'm not mentioning Raheem Sterling. None tell them a conversation when I talk about Reggae Boyz. Raheem Sterling is like a Reggae boy. Raheem Sterling is a Jamaican band football player.
Okay, boss. So we have 2 in the top league. And
we have 2 in the top 5 leagues across the whole entire spectrum of football. Out of the thousands of footballers across the world, out of the thousands of football, imagine we're talking about top 5 league now. We're talking about the top 5. Let's say top 6. May I squeeze in a one league because there's a battle between the 5th and the 6th league all the time. So we're talking about the English Premier League, the Spanish Primera Division, the Italian Serie A. We're talking about the French League 1, and we're talking about the Portuguese League, and we're talking about the German Bundesliga. Jamaica has 2 dege players in all of the thousands of players across. So every side usually have at least 40 players in all of these top 5 leagues. And Jamaica only have 2 dege players across all these thousands of players. And we are guess up ourselves? Would you lose that, bro?
Yeah, context. Yeah. We think we need to start see some YouTube video coming out on the delusional behavior.
Bro, 2, 1, 2. That's it.
We're
not supposed to in on a level where count how much Mexicans in them top 5 league there. Count how much Americans in them top 5 league there.
Have a big league where they're trying to keep their players, and still they do have more Mexicans over there. So even when they want to keep them, they still have more going over there just to see.
And Liga MX is 1 million times better than Jamaica's local. Bro, this is why I know that this is some sort of some people trying to draw mask over people, and them have them agents on YouTube. I have a brother one brother we can't say this or that, we can't pronounce TH, Him is one of the biggest propagandists for what the garbage which I'm trying to draw cloak over people here, boy, brother. It's true, me not have nothing for risk. Meaning say no boy can't come tell me nothing, I can't say anything I want, so no boy no control me. It's some of them man up on YouTube, them are agents for come and propagate garbage information to draw cloak over the Reggae Boyz fans them eyeball, bro. And this is no joke to it, bro. You see, because the fan base is here. The fan base is on YouTube. The fan base is not watching a TV channel, a CVM, and a sports box.
Surely not going
secondary.
Surely not going to.
The real fan base, the writer, some G. The real fan base, yes, sir. Yes, the breaking information comes from YouTube. It's the vloggers them go giving the breaking information. You have them ban them insert one of them agents over here, so, and this man just forward over here and a chat be that word, that's a chat be a fucker, brother. See? Now, listen to me, I said, Tony, brother. We as Jamaicans must be realistic. We're in a rebuilding phase. We did not qualify for the World Cup coming up. So we have a stage where we have to say, okay, listen to me. Let's start building for the next World Cup. That is where we should be at right now. But we are trying here to win. We're not trying to put a nucleus of players together within a specific age profile. Couple them with, let's say, 5, 6, 7 elder players to walk them through in position. Say, for instance, you have a one centre back. You have a one... the spine of the team. You have a one top striker. You have a one, one or two midfielders. You have a one or two centre half who can guide the young youth. Them you pair them together, and you know that you're rebuilding. I haven't heard that word being mentioned. All I hear is some man trying to get some Premier League players. We can't even beat beside them in the Caribbean. Much less to beat beside them in the CONCACAF. Much less to be world beaters. Which world? Which world am I refer to? Me not understand which world. Third world? Me don't know which world am I refer to.
No, I could have third world cup still, Remember that.
Bro, me not understand, bro. We need to get over this, bro. This is a joke thing now, baby. Brother, me not like when people look at me as a Jamaican and feel like me an idiot, brother. Because we are Jamaicans and I put the whole of, if you're the only person you meet as a Jamaican, or the first person that you've ever met as a Jamaican, is delusional. Your immediate impression of Jamaicans is that they're delusional,
But that's
and
why
people go ahead.
That's why when I came here, I said we should have standards because we are ambassadors for Jamaica. This is not just take up a phone, come on YouTube and say you're doing something. This is about standards. Like you are representing Jamaica. So if you come out here and, for instance, when I came on this little CONCACAF region, I heard tactical manager them said calling Jamaica what fake news Jamaicans on Twitter because true they heard that every minute a player come in and the player not coming and stuff and people saying that that player better than the American players them and they can't see the logic through it because they're not giving anything. So all we need to do is stop use the internet. Come off of the internet. Find somewhere else go and go upgrade yourself because the internet is just not for yourself only. When you're in certain positions, you're an ambassador for the country. So people look at you as the truth or something from the country then. You understand me? So if you do bad on the internet and sell certain propaganda, it's only going to make it people don't have the time to figure out every Jamaican. So they're going to think that, you're just not real. So one day a guy asked me a question, why is it people want to talk to me only? Well, this is the answer, because they don't see me as a person of that same belief, because they know that if a player not good, I am going to say it before even the person over here, so that's coming from a different country to say it. You understand me? So these are the things, these are the things that they need to change. We have to change this belief, man. Stop thinking that you just buy a cell phone and come on the internet. You have to buy some sense too.
Bro, it's all about the fan base. Football is a game that is played for entertainment and money purposes, right? It's money and entertainment. See? The fan base helping your team. All right, the other day my team went down 1-0 in the second half. My team, the fans were there and cheered on the team same way. And we went down 1-0 to our own goal. Well, not our own goal. My boy give me the ball and Mitchell second and woof it at the goal. See? We recovered and we beat the side 2-1. And because the fans were there cheering them on, the fans were there pushing them. When that happened, the fans kept singing, everything was nothing changed. The fan base was there supporting the players same way. That's the importance of the fan base. Why think the teams like home games? Because they have their fans there, we can make up a bag of noise and make them feel good in themselves and push them and be that 12th person on the field. Now think about it. When the fan base is delusioned by people here propagating false information, what do you think is going to happen when the time comes? Them are got sick things in the money are the biggest thing in the world. And when them see, bro, me hear man come on programs similar to this and even maybe this program as well. Oh, yeah, man, by next year, man, this man are gone and this. Yeah, man, this man is a Champions League player. This man are gone to Spain. Me as a man got Spain 95 division and don't make it.
Yes, because what
division 95 and don't make it.
Jamaican
Bro,
good.
Hold on, Cataract, hold on there, because remember we're talking to other people, so we have to make sure it's clear to the people. We don't want to seem like we're too emotional towards the thing. We know it hurt us, but we're just trying to clear it up for people. What Jamaican Goon are clearly saying: when people sell these propagandas, it actually goes bad, because that means the people that should be standing up for the best Jamaica team start supporting mediocrity, because obviously they would believe that these are the best people. So people will take a person that throw a camera up and say they are vloggers or whatever and sell misinformation to start believe. All right. Yes. So the respect them that's talking about Jamaica, make sure you stand up for these things and make sure you call it out. We have a caller. Go ahead, Jamaican Gun and Cataract, and then we'll bring in the caller.
Right. I just wanted to ask Jamaican Gula to comment on the Fabian McCarthy situation. Why, when we were looking for a CDM, we went through all of these, and clearly there was a CDM of some potential, right? Because he's demonstrated potential. That was not overlooked. That's one. But the other thing I want to say, I see the leader popping now. They were saying we need a full-time coach. Brother, just talk to your friend, man. Why have a come on the platform, the credible platform? Just call your brethren and talk to him on WhatsApp.
Cataract. Lord God, Cataract. Hold on, let me mute Cataract, because we have to keep it organized. This passionate, guys, because the man them like Jamaica football team. For me, I just like analysis. You get me? So, I don't really care about it anymore. I'm done with it. But make her bring in the call, because Cataract can give as much trouble. Leader, why you turn up here to make Cataract get triggered? You know you and Cataract have a problem, leader. Why you never just avoid the show for this one? But you know you turn up because you saw Cataract on it. You get me? Because you knew, because he says he's only turning up because he is the bearer of all information. So maybe he thinks Cataract here spewing some wrong information. You understand me? Yes. But all I'm begging you people, please listen to people. And if you said you're fighting for Jamaica, when you hear them talking foolishness, you make sure you call them out. Just like how you can call me out here. All of them, Arnold or whatever name, you are called me out always. Called people out when them talk them foolishness.
JD, let me just make this very clear, brother. See? You say when you see people in a conversation and you realize that they are not willing to take comments that go against their narrative or go against what they're saying, that's how you know they're full of shit like crabbing. You see, Pre? Because watch your style. You see, you is a man where you go in and comments and you see something that are somebody that disagrees with you, and you challenge them and you reason it out. You don't just run away from it. You have some people, once them see something done in a comment that they disagree with, them skip over it to the long skipping rope, go about them business, or them try to make it seem like if you disagree with them, you're an idiot. You understand what I say? So and then they want to sell themselves as credible. You can't be credible if you're not willing to take challenges, bro. You have to know, say, yo, you put out something information there, people are going to challenge you. If somebody come I challenge you, and you know that what you're presenting is the facts, then you present your facts, and you defeat their argument. You don't have to attack the person per se. You defeat the person's argument, attack the argument, and kick with the argument foot, step in at the argument head, and deal with the argument grimy, and then so that's done, and you move on. But when you have some people on this platform who don't want to take challenges, who don't feel like so when them say something, people supposed to question them, then they realize that they're not a credibility, bro. It's just a false thing, but them come up and chat about a foolishness and I try mislead the fan base. And then you have some people in the fan base where them love that because of confirmation bias. You're saying what they want to hear. So them just say, this me want to hear a long time, watch your style, You actually have people come up on the platform and say, them don't want to hear about the opposing team. Me never know that Jamaica got to play against Cobweb. Me check them got to play against the opposing team, so you want to know the defender who is dangerous, who's going to cause problem for our forwards. You want to know the midfielder. You want to know the danger man. Similar to all other teams who are their commentary. When you listen, you go by England, I hear them say, well, England is going to play Slovenia. You see them say, well, the danger man for Slovenia is this man over here, so. And the man that is gonna cause problem is this man over here. Man, have look at pedigree is this man over here, so. The man is a veteran is this man over here, so. The man who's a young gunner coming up is this man over here, so. And this man has scored such and such amount of goals, so we have to watch out for him. Ray. He will cause problem. He likes to play between the lines. He likes to run and he likes to play upon the last defender. All of them things, they man assess the other team too, But in a Jamaica category, you must talk about Jamaica alone and don't talk about the opposition.
Yeah, but
Brother,
remember,
at the end of the day, Jamaica don't that good. We didn't qualify for the World Cup, bro. We not win no Gold Cup. We're not that good. We need to go in our space where we can say, listen me, we're gonna rebuild. We're gonna start over fresh, we're gonna rebuild. Me not talk about rebuild to sell nobody. I'm try to force some money in the national program when I reach the level there yet. Because you're representing the flag in the bread, you're representing the whole Jamaica. And think about it. It's when some rocks get called in a Jamaica side and them get picked up by some side and them go some places and them fail, it affects other players coming after them. Because now people are gonna say, brother, the last time I got Jamaica go shop is a rocks me get. So me now go back to Jamaica go shop. Me I go Cuba, me I go Trinidad, me I go Honduras, me I go somewhere else, me I go Haiti, go look for a baller. Because the last time I got Jamaica go shop, the last time I got a specific market down there, so them give me some squeeze up tomato. Me now go back down there again. Me I go the market a lot where me go the round there, so where me I try one different market, brother. Where me can get some firm tomato. That's how it works, bro. We have to think of ourselves as these are footballers who their trade, their skills are what they do is sellable. So people are going to want to buy that. So how is it that people are not buying Jamaican players? It is simply put, Jamaican players them are the squeeze of tomato them, brother. If we are the best product, people will buy it, bro. People are stupid. It's not like 1925 when nobody never have no camera phone. Everybody have a camera phone now. People know good players. People are scouting players from some place when they have no league. So how is it that can scout players from Jamaica and bring them in the Premier League and the Spanish League and the French League? How we not have no 3-4 players that play in the French League? Oh, because them don't talk French. So what happened to that? There's a game called, there's a thing called when look how much Spanish footballer go to England go play and talk one word of Spanish. Look how much Portuguese I play in England right now and don't talk one word of Portuguese. And don't talk one word of English. And them are playing in English league and them don't talk one word of English. These excuses need to stop, bro. G. The man them just not good. We need to rebuild. We need to get in some players of a specific age profile, merge them with some veterans in the spine of the team. I would suggest, and then we'll build from there. Take 3, 4, 5, even 8 years and build a proper team.
Very good point. But let me just take the call from Dr. Gigi so we can close the line. Sorry, Dr. Gigi, for making you wait so long. Obviously, when Jamaica going to turn up and cataract, and then miss the leader in the category, which they call the Miss Leader, coming in the chat, it's going to squeeze up a whole heap of a storm. So give your take, and then we'll come to the comment section. Guys, smash the like button and get us past 100 likes. Stop playing with the likes, you know? Yeah, so let's get the likes up. Subscribe back to the channel, and yeah,
JD. First, the people online, they are muffling very bad. Not hearing them clearly.
You're not hearing them clearly? Very bad. How is that possible?
No, they are muffled.
Oh, I don't know. I think because you are on the line, that's why it gives so much problems. So that's all. Sorry about that. Just make the point, and then you can listen off here. Yeah.
Okay, my first question is Jamaica good or not?
Yes, Jamaica good is easier.
Okay. Good up, Maria, but you said something earlier in the chat. Why you said that if you go to Ajax, is a step back. Ajax go to Champions League almost every year. They win cups. What have Aston Villa won in the last 10 years? They don't come like top 4 or qualify even to go in the FA Cup. So why you say it would be a step backward if Bailey go to Ajax? Answer for me, please, and thank you. No disrespect, as big man.
Because I'm a drop down league, bro, G. Ajax is me not talk about the Champions League, not talk about the league itself that he plays in. That he's going to play the majority of his games in. Ajax League, the Eredivisie is a drop down league from the Premier League. Far too.
Yeah, but you have 3 teams you have 5 teams in Eredivisie better than almost 7 teams in the Premier League. Almost 7. So and those are the 7.
I know about Ajax. I know about Feyenoord.
Eindhoven just the same. You have 5
I feel like
teams.
PSV Eindhoven better than the top 5 sides. I mean, the British, not English Premier League, not even top 7. I feel like the PSV Eindhoven better than Aston Villa.
7 teams. No, PSV Eindhoven better than Aston Villa, and will beat Aston Villa.
Sorry, I don't believe that. I just don't buy that. But to answer your question, my bro, I think the league that he's playing in, the league itself, is a step down. Also you have to bear in mind this too. The English Premier League pays the players the most money. So when they're going to another league, if they're going to move permanently, if it's for a loan, then I would understand. But if it's a permanent move, they're going to have to take a pay cut. in order to play in the Eredivisie. So we have to factor in that too, you know?
Something is happening with the internet, go now.
With my internet? There's something happening in my
Something
internet?
happening with the internet.
Guna, you hearing me good?
I'm hearing you loud and clear. I'm hearing everybody loud and clear.
No, it's just
We
because
not
the
hear
phone.
you.
No, let Dr. GG finish. Dr. GG, finish your point so we can close the phone
Yeah.
and you listen from outside.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, what I'm saying, every player who play in Europe wants to play in the Champions League. Aston Villa is not going to Champions League in maybe next 5 years or more. Ajax go to Champions League. They produce players of other clubs buy, like Southampton. Tottenham is a club. What product of good players? I'm saying that it's a lower league, but you have to look at this. It can grow and become even much better. That's and that's
Yes.
go to
Leon is 24-year-old. If you talk about growth.
Well, according to Jamaica standard,
And he's approaching his peak of his powers now. He should be playing at the highest league possible at this point in time. Going at 24 years, going down league, that's a step backwards.
yes,
Can
but
you
Jamaica.
explain to me why it's a step up?
No,
Because
it's a
he's playing in the Champions League. All right, cool. I don't look
No.
at the Champions League alone though.
Guna, you ask me a question. We don't
No,
answer
and
the
I know
question.
me ask at the caller.
Okay. Oh, okay, all right. Yeah, okay, all right. But I will war that conversation with Leon Bailey because I see Ajax here, Feyenoord, PSV, AZ, Everin, Twente, Excelsior, Groningen, Nick. I would say Feyenoord, PSV, AZ. All four of those teams can beat all top 10 teams, all bottom top 10 teams in the Premier League. All bottom 10 teams in the Premier League. Those 4 teams in the Eredivisie. And I'm telling you. So you see if one of the Eredivisie teams meet one of the Premier League teams, go and watch it again. Because the last time I saw them have Tottenham on the ropes when Tottenham was in their best spell. You understand me? So the Eredivisie...
4-4 side, man.
We use Tottenham because you're an Arsenal fan, so no, you can use it as an advantage.
Tottenham 4-4 side. I always use Tottenham versus Division 17 side. Tottenham 4-4 side. See?
Any one of these 4 teams. Look, Manchester United trying to revolutionize their system. You realize that 3 of the players them that they're trying to look now to buy for almost 90 millions a piece, they are coming from these top 4 teams. You realize that? If they weren't so good, why they never bought Leon Bailey to be in Manchester City to be the top team? They are buying Antony to go to Manchester United to be a top player to bring them straight back to the top. They're trying to buy my boy again to be a top player, go straight to the top, and they are trying to take Alvarez.
That is what these teams do, my bro. We can't look at it one way and saying this is the way it's going. So no, this is what Ajax does. Ajax develops players and sell them on. That's what their whole model is about. They develop players and sell them on. That's just what they do.
No, I'm saying you're disrespecting the league. So if they're taking these quality...
I disrespect the league because that step down in the league is out. The league is a rocks league. Me never tell you Ajax side is a rock side.
But 4 of these teams can be the top, the bottom 10.
Bro, you're talking about teams and I'm talking about league.
Okay, all right.
I never tell you Ajax is a 4-4 side. I tell you, so stepping down into the Eredivisie and playing for Ajax Amsterdam is a step down. At 24 years old, where am I going to Ajax go do? If it's not on the loan for 6 months or whatever. No, bro. Me no want Leon Bailey going to Eredivisie. Leon Bailey for either go. If you say he's going to Dortmund, then that is the league. I guess for the Dortmund or one of them top league there.
I'm going to pull up Ajax now, and I'm going to ask how much players on this team for Ajax Leon Bailey is better than, or even comparable to. So why are
you're missing the point, JD? Guna is talking about comparable leagues. It can be no doubt that this would be a retrograde step. He would have reverse past where he was because the Bundesliga is a top 5 league. Some reverse and gone into a top 10 league after playing in a top 5 league for most of his life.
At 24 years old, when he's approaching the peak of his powers, no man can't tell me nothing. Leon Bailey going to do to any league below a top 5 league right now is a step down. If you are in a top 5 league, and that's if you apply him trade. At 24 years old, approaching the peak of his powers, that is where he should be. Stay Aston Villa and hold it out. Because Gerard Sue gets sacked anyway, kind of good. So let's wait till the next coach come in when no overplay Leon Bailey properly.
All right, all right. So I'm just bringing up the players them on the team just so people to see, and so that simply means if you're in the every Eredivisie and you pass 24, you somewhere else because
All right,
maybe that.
look for example, JD.
Let me make.
Sebastian Hellier could not cut it at.
Close it. I want to
Hold on,
close the. I want to close the line, Cataract, for the caller. Let me call finish all the point. We don't get feedback. Finish your point, Dr. Gigi, so I can close the.
So Guna, I want you to tell me something. Why would his agent move him from levels to qualify for Champions League? I still don't understand. Instead about that's what our big side. Where we used to ask about our big side and Darkman. Bayern look for saying reach Champions League. So why would he remove Bailey from a Champions League side?
Money,
Money,
brother. Players get weekly wages, my bro. Money. When you're there Bundesliga, you gotta get 20,000 per week. When you the same ball move to the UK, you might get all 100,000, 80,000, 90,000. Him wages triple and triple. Imagine you were playing for 20 grand. Imagine you're working chopping grass for 20 grand a week. And then them say, listen to me, we're gonna move you to Chop Grass United. And you move go Chop Grass United and you get $80,000 for this do the same exact work.
All I'm telling you,
if you move to the Eredivisie, Aston Villa have got is asked to be on loan because it can't be permanent. Because if he move to the Eredivisie, he might go get less money. So he might go move from getting $80,000 a week at 24 years old, or wherever he might get, to move to getting about 10 or 20 or 25. He not get that over there, so because them not have the money for pay him. Them man they develop players, and when the players them reach at the optimum level, them sell them and make a huge profit. That's what Ajax do. That's their model.
The wages of Antony and those guys, I'm very sorry, they could have paid Bailey and they can buy Bailey because the money what they got back is a fraction they're paying for Bailey. Bailey value is 25 million. So Bailey value is
you argue about stuff from an answer. I'm gonna say it to you one more time. I'll say it to you one more time. We're not talking about transfer fee. We're talking about a player's wages.
You never listen to what I've said. I've said players on the team have similar wages to Leon Bailey, so they can pay for it and they can pay the transfer fee. You just missed the part and Cataract trying to jump.
Who is the highest earner? Who is the highest earner on Ajax now?
I'm gonna bring it up, Cataract, because you're jumping in an argument and you never hear what I've said. Jamaican Guna was
so what may I do? What may I do for the program?
Argument, Cataract, when you're literally jumping in. I never heard that.
You are not listening. The man is first of all, you're arguing about a team versus a league, where it can be no discussion that it is a big drop down. It's a massive drop down in league quality.
It's not a drop down in league quality either for him and his team. And his team, because they're never going to win none of the matches them against the big teams them. So it's a big waste of time. And they're easy in that league because by next year, Bailey will value 20 million or 80 million. That's what man.
All right, you want to listen for a minute? Hold on, go. Let me just answer. When you're in a league, you play 38 games. In the Premier League, you play 38 competitive games. Meaning the level of competition that you have to do week in, week out, you have to maintain yourself at a high level because the games are competitive. Even against the bottom teams, whether Aston Villa play a Norwich, I don't know this year yet, right? Like a Norwich or a Brentford or Watford, it's still a competitive game. When you go into the Eredivisie, you must say about 4 or 5 or 6 competitive games for the year.
No worse. No, that is not even true either. This competitive, all games competitive. I've just told you that 10 teams inside the Premier League is not on the top 4 team level in Ajax in Netherlands.
But you can be talking about 4 teams.
You have less
in a 20 team league. You're talking about 4.
I just said 10 teams not up to the level. It simply means that's 20 games. It's not.
I'm saying to you, JD, just reason, man. Just reason. Hold on.
Selling.
Oh God. So you're telling me the FC 20 and SG Groningen and Utrecht Frankfurt. What's up? Other one? Let me see. 20. Those teams are weak.
Come on. Hold on.
Brother, any one of them side they play Aston Villa, book them in them head. Me no wait. I'm go Ajax and not PS and PSV Eindhoven.
You're Feyenoord. You have to put some respect on
Feyenoord. Sorry, Feyenoord. Ajax, Feyenoord, maybe PSV Eindhoven will give them chance. If any one of them had 17 or 16 side they play Aston Villa book them in them head top. What you chat about?
All right, Bailey is probably on 60K. All right, Bailey on 60K. I'm trying to get Antony's wages here and Bergwin. Yes. So Dr. Gigi, you have to finish your point in the basket. I want to close the line. Now give me a good sound.
Yeah, my angle because I'm not here who now properly. I'm not here.
Let me tell you about Sorry about that. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Yeah, man. No, I'm just trying to clear up this, man, because this disrespect of other leagues and overhype in the Premier League in certain contexts.
It's not overhyping. It's the number one league in the world comparing to the not number one league in the world. What you talking about, JD? Facts is facts, bro.
Yeah, but
because you're near Netherlands, you pick up the Netherlands, brother.
So
Facts
yes, is it
Belgian league is a lower league than the English Premier League. That's facts.
Stop trying to sell narratives. Said because I almost
because Belgium the next door to Netherlands. Make you come tell me fuck about Netherlands about Netherlands league is a step down. The man is playing in the top league in the world, and the man is going to move to the not top league in the world. Is a step down.
Let me explain.
If you go France, is a step down. Whatever that.
Let me speak in Jamaican Guna.
Okay,
yesterday, when Brazil took on Netherlands, people said I'm selling out Netherlands because I picked Brazil to win the game. So when we can win,
I'm gonna talk to people about that. Me no name people. Me name Jamaican Guna. But me I tell you this.
But this is another argument.
From Aston Villa, who is not in the Champions League, and goes to Ajax, who is in the Champions League, it's a step down. Because you're not going to only be playing Champions League game for the entire season. You're going to be playing other games against inferior quality teams, inferior players, inferior defenders, and the general. You're going to have special players in every team. But we're going to be playing generally against inferior players at a slower pace where you can do different things that they cannot do in the Premier League. That's a step down. Any metrics where you look on, the pay is going to be a step down as well.
Yeah, but Jamaican, all I'm trying to say is, I'm going to bring Cataract right in after. All I'm trying to say is, the Premier League being the best league is not just footballing quality, because I can tell you 6-7 teams every year in the Premier League does not have the footballing qualities, and that's 12 games you're going to be playing. Obviously in the Eredivisie it is more games that you would say they are not as strong as the top 4 team. That is definitely true, but all I'm saying, you put that with those 6 plus 10 plus games that you're going to be playing with the 6 to 8 games that you're going to be playing, or 6 games in the Champions League that you're going to be playing, that would be 16 games per season. You're still playing strong enough, just the same. All right, that's what I'm saying. So it still would have worked out some way. It might not be the best,
but the working out is not the reason. Why we the reason for the JD. The conversation was, he asked the question: why did I say going from Aston Villa to Ajax is a step down? And my response to that is because simply Ajax plays in a lower league than the Premier League. He's going to get less pay. He's going to be moving out of a top 5 league, going to a non-top 5 league. Everything is going against him. It's a step down. Let me ask the
question. Let me ask JD.
Hold on, Ketchak. The first thing Jamaican Guna said, it was a step down, Ajax. So I thought why I continue the conversation, I thought he was talking about the Ajax club comparing to, well, again, I never
said the Ajax club is a football club. I said the league that they're playing is a football.
When the video finishes, go back. When the video finishes, go back and see what you type. And I put it up on the screen and said, Ajax? You can't compare Aston Villa to Ajax, so I was not talking about
when I can't compare Aston Villa to Ajax, stepping down doesn't mean stepping down, even if me say, no matter what me say, any metric you measure it pan, it's a step down.
Yeah, you explain it otherwise.
Anyway, me measure it. Anyway, you want to say it. Anyway, if it's translated in a Russian, German, Chinese, anyway. Going from Aston Villa to Ajax is a step down.
Jamaican Guna, you're creating an argument. There is no argument because all I was saying is
Are you agree with
Okay.
the argument?
Okay. The topping eyes, man. I wait till me done the man youth and you can come in big man. You love war, so man. I was actually only just debating that the club Ajax cannot be compared with Aston Villa. Ajax is a bigger club than Aston Villa in terms of footballing stature. This over the last 10 years.
Yes,
And
it is. Yes, I agree with that. I agree with that.
That was the only thing. I don't know where.
Leon Bailey leaving Aston Villa and going to Ajax is a step down. That is what I say.
Yes, and I understand what you said when you expand on that point. You understand me? When you expand on that point, the one Cataract now, let me hear the one Cataract say, because him only want to war, you know. But
Yeah, man, Catawar, name, man, Catawar. Go on, Catawar.
Trying to say, you know,
Why this thing gone on now?
Cata clock.
Why this thing gone on now? I can't hear. Hold on.
Clock.
JD, I've been trying to say something to you. You are now trying to be a wordsmith. Don't do it. It don't suit you.
No,
Even we have been saying to you, we are not talking about teams. We are talking about league. And you still insisted on talking about Ajax. We are saying that the move to Ajax, which is in the Dutch league, is a step down.
Yeah, but
hold on, let me finish, man. Let me finish.
Lying and people on the road to lie and me, which you just don't need to.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Because I never said that. That was not my argument.
You have been talking about Ajax, and for the life of you, Guna has been saying
quality of the team itself, not the quality of the team compared to Aston Villa. I told him what I was talking about. Maybe he missed my point. But
no, you are not listening.
Cataract, tap your eyes. Me, I respond to the man comment. You are trying to bring unnecessary war. So, and continue, Cataract. Good Lord.
As was being said, the step down to the league, Ajax would be a step down, in my opinion, because the quality of games that he's going to be. Lord, the man start talk. But I must make the point now, man. You say, hold on.
Reason. That's why I get upset, because you can't keep on telling lies on me. Because I was not talking about that. That's all. Continue. Finish your point. I'm just trying to make you know, don't put any bad image of me out there in the press, because I've never worried about that. I was talking.
Gouda, I make up something, or have we been saying to him that we are talking about the Dutch league and the fact that it's an inferior league, and he would not be playing?
This is what happened. The question was, why did I say Bailey moving from Aston Villa to Ajax is a step down? That was the question I was asked of me. And
I'm not going to listen to Cataract, because Cataract is making up a story.
And I said, hold on. And I said, because simply put, the Ajax is in a worse league than where we're in there. It's not just Ajax play against Ajax players alone. Ajax play against some four-fold players too. We're not up to the standard of Premier League player.
Yeah, but Jamaica was the comment you wrote before that never had no context to it. You only said
right. I said what I said, and he came on and I explained.
Yeah, but
listen.
Jamaican Guna, because you just look war. All I go on Jamaican Guna is I responded to your comment from the day one inside the chat. It don't have nothing to do with what you come up
and jump back on.
I agree. Yeah, man. I agreed with your point. That's all I'm saying. I agreed with your point where you connect the other dots. So that's why I'm not going to. Dr. J is making up story. You don't listen. You come for pick a point. He's making up story. And I don't want people to put a false image. I've never said that. And I was talking about two different stories. So don't let me get aggressive, man. I want you, man. I've never said nothing like what Cataract trying to say. It's two different conversations. Cataract weren't here to what I was answering to. You weren't here to what I was answering to, big man. So stop making up stories, man. When you make too much image of people. And I don't like it, because that's a different thing I'm talking about. Go back, pull the video back, and look at what Jamaican Guna said. And that's what I was responding to. When Jamaican come up here, when a Jamaican Guna come here and said something different, that's a different conversation. So don't bother with it, Mr. J. Don't bother with it, man. Not because you might like somebody conversation, mean him right. I'm going to say, no, you don't do that. Because I never said that. No, I have to get aggressive to get my point across, because clearly you're not listening. What are you talking about? You weren't commenting, and clearly you weren't listening, because you wouldn't pick Cataract side, because Cataract not saying the same thing as me. So you wouldn't be here. 100%. Or else you just want to be selective in your selection. Simple as that, man. You understand me? That's what I was trying to avoid. But Cataract want to go down the road of war, and you're not understanding what I'm trying to avoid. But I don't care if you like man point or whatever. No, don't bring back the Jamaican language thing, boy, you about man point. JD never questioned the league was worst. He said Ajax is better than Villa. Giovanni, I don't know why people just can't listen to what I'm saying and stop fighting me. It's just Jamaican gonna just drop that without no explanation, and then me just end up in a spot where people can fight with me and never even listen to what I've said. It's okay. We'll wait and Cataract will come back. TikTok, Cataract will come back now. TikTok, Bailey is an average overhyped baller. He has the same trouble everywhere he goes. No, TikTok, come on. Bailey is better than an average over. No, let me put it in a Premier League context. I want to ask the here. No, make Cataract finishing point first before we attack TikTok's point, because TikTok has said barely average.
No, man. I'm saying that we don't need to you that the argument that's saying because the player is going to play in the Premier League means it's a good thing. The Ajax does not come out of the group stage. Right? Ajax qualifies for the group stage perennially and then gets eliminated. So they don't play 16 Champions League game. They don't.
Nobody said they played 16 Champions League. Cataract. Nobody said that.
You never say them play 16 Champions League game. They might play 6 games and then they're going to play the top 5 sides them from in the Netherlands. That is going to be 16 games in total. That's what he said.
Man, boy, me give up. Either my big expensive.
Hold on, man. I am responding. I am saying to you that they don't. You have to play the 16 game. You have to reach the finals, and starting from the beginning. So that don't happen. So what you have to look at is the quality of what you play week in, week out, and will he improve. You have teams that make the Premier League all the time. The Premier League make the Champions League all the while, but that don't make them league good. Right? One team might make it from a country. I don't say that, but the gap between the thing. They say that, but we don't have to prolong because we're an Ajax supporter, so we don't have to prolong the thing. All I say is, worse yet, the drop in salary, and I was hoping that you'd come back and tell us.
Yeah, but I was
skedaddling around it. What's the salary? What's the salary of the top 3 earners at Ajax?
I've literally just pulled Cataract. Why every time you talk combative and want to start a vibes with someone? Because you're gonna say I am skedaddling around it. You told me, and I have 2 screens here activated. I check the one thing and have one thing here to flip it over the screen. That's all, you know. I don't know what you're talking about, you know. It's okay, like you just want.
Let's skedaddle to it then. Let's skedaddle to it. What are the top 3 earners?
One. No, I was talking about Antony and Bailey. Your players at Ajax get 60,000 just the same as Bailey. Bailey gets 60,000 flat. That's what they're saying here. Or let me say 65,385. So yeah, Bailey making 65,000 pounds, 385. At this point, it will be more euros because, as you know, the European countries are in inflation's kind of drop it. So it would work way more euros. You get me? So it's hard for we to even make that same calculation.
Of course you can. Just tell us the figure and then we can just put it in our
euros
converter.
In euros, it will be like 80,000 at this point because euros dropped over the last month very, very bad. But when they were signing the contract, euros was like 0.05 behind the pounds. So it would be 68,000, but no, it will be 80,000. So that's not a fair adjustment to say no.
I'm asking you, what are the top 3 earners at Ajax? What do they earn per week?
I think with bonuses, almost 70,000.
No, not with bonuses. Not with bonuses. No.
No. Cataract, I don't know the
base salary. What is the base salary? Because Leon Bailey 60,000 is not with bonuses.
66,000 the highest salary. 66,000. So maybe 300 or 400 higher.
Who's earning that?
The ones that came back from the Premier League naturally get the highest earning. Let me tell you one. Hold on. Dusan Tadic. I am going to check to see if he's one on it. I'm going to give you all the players. A few players on it. So I will give you all of them. All right? It takes a little time. You can't just talk on my system.
Oh, no problem.
I'm giving you all the wages. Dusan Tadic, oh damn, per month 295,000. No, this can't be right. Ajax not paying him so much money. Let me. Oh, per month, per month. Yeah, per month is okay, but it would
So
still be a
divide by
lot
4.
per week. But that would be a lot per week. Damn. All right. So Tadic look. Okay. Tadic looks like he's making more, way more. 265,000 per month. Yeah, per month. Yeah, yeah. Look like that's what he's making here, based on what I'm seeing. 2022, 291,000 per month in euros. And that would break down to what? 67,000 per week? 67,300 per week equal 58,000 euros. You see the big drop off now? 58,000 pounds. So let me bring it up here so you can see it. That the fans them can see it. Here, let me bring it 1 second, guys. I'm gonna bring it right over here so you can see it. So this is one of the players them. This is Dusan Tadic here. As I said, he is earning 67,300, and that will be 58,000. All right. So he's just one off the list. I can go for the rest of them and show you, but they do earn high enough, but it's not high enough to compete with pounds. You understand me?
It's not high enough to compete with the Premier League.
Yes. No, with pounds and the Premier League. No, yes, that is true. Accurate. No, yeah.
Right. Because
pounds per week. So this
remember in France, players that played ridiculously high salaries, at PSG and Marseille.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, but it is what it is.
But Cataract, 58,000 pounds per week to 65,000 pounds. They can more than pay that.
Yeah, but they would put their wage structure out of whack. Because remember, in a club, what you have is a wage structure. And if you bring in a player that puts it out of whack, then the next time anybody come to the table, they must say, oh, Bailey, they put that,
Yes. That
is a man of 10 years. Dusan Tadic had at least, 5-6 years in the Premier League at Southampton?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'm going to say, Bailey just come here with one piece of a season and getting this. So they don't generally put it out of whack. There are bands of things that they pay players at. So that will be the only thing. But I mean, let us see how it goes.
So Bergwijn salary is 73,000 pounds. Okay, so why they put it in pounds? Let me make sure to click this. Yes, to see if it's actually at Ajax. All right. PSV. He had high salaries at PSG. Okay, yeah, damn. The drop off was big when he came to Spurs. He jumped from 11,000 at PSV to 73,000 pounds. From 500,000 pounds a year to 4 million. My goodness. Yeah, Bergwijn might be getting exactly as Bailey.
Okay.
Yes, Bergwijn earning more. Yeah, so either they have to throw Bergwijn off because Antony on a lower wage, which is 19,000 because he never re-up his contract, and that's why he wants to jump to this at this point. So they would have only took out 19,000. So they had to add like maybe 50,000 more euros on it. So it might be a little pressure on the wage, but he has to take a pay cut nonetheless. It's a top league. He's a top club, I should say. He's a top club, so and he wants to be recognized and makes it. And if he spends 2 years and do well, he can go for 100 million, not 30 million. You understand me? So it's upside fine.
Play on a move. Leon Bailey would have to be starring.
Yes, yeah.
You think that someone move for 100 million?
No, if he stars, but you just have Antony move to 100 million, Cataract.
So what are you talking about? The problem.
But Cataract, you have Antony just moved for 100 million. So he was starring. So all he and Billy need to do
85 million. Hold on.
85 million pounds.
85 million pounds, including add-ons.
102 million euros. That's what they're reporting. 102 million euros in total. Obviously, the euros has dropped. But it goes, Cataract, all what we're trying to say is Liam Bailey never moved from much to go to Ajax, to go to Aston Villa. So
30
if
million.
yeah, 30 million. So this man is coming over for over 70 million pound, and you can clearly see that over 70 million pound. And put it at 70 million pound. It is still way more than Liam Bailey. So you
Yes.
can go there back and do a job. You have to just go there and do your job and spend a year. It's still better than spending at Aston Villa, not winning any games and not getting any profile either.
Okay.
No, if you look at that,
Am
that's a foolishness when you look at it like that. Because yes, I realize what you are lamenting,
no.
and it's the quality of the league.
League, right. But the thing about it is players don't often leave the Premier League and come back to it, That's not after what happened. When you leave the league, you go in a free fall. A lot of players don't come back in the Premier League.
Okay.
When you're in there, you're in there.
Okay, fair enough. But
because a lot of time, what they do, is they start look at the mental thing now and say you couldn't mentally stand up to the league, or physically you couldn't stand up to the league. So most players try to get a loan in the Premier League,
But Cataract, you go to evolve yourself. Look, you have Malasia just came in. Cataract 2 years ago, 1.5 years ago, you hear me tell you about Malasia coming to Curacao. I know how good these young players are. You saw him took out Luke Shaw game. So what that says? That says that you can have people just walk in from the Eredivisie and come on.
No, you're not hearing what I'm saying. I'm saying when you leave the Premier League.
Yes, but he's not coming from a high development, Cataract. That is the problem. It's not like he feel that Manchester
Barely coming. No, I'm saying, listen, man. Don't make good reason all about the place. I'm saying a player leaves from Germany, comes from Germany, comes to England, doesn't really cut the mustard, and then leaves and goes to think there. It is difficult for him. It will be difficult for him unless it's an arm, what you call it, something there, unless it's a loan. If it's a full transfer, he won't get a transfer back to England no time soon.
I think
look at Sebastian Haller. Sebastian Haller was starring up the German league. Went to West Ham, flop, end up in the Dutch league, doing excellent. But no, you don't end up.
As well. No, his market value went up. No, his market value went up back again. So it showcased that if someone has to come back in for him, they have to spend the money now. You get me? And you learn from each. Cataract, you're losing the learning factor part.
No, I'm going. Hold on, let me finish my point now, and then you can attack it. I am saying, even though he had a starring role last year, and they went deep into the Champions League, right, and into the Europe, I think it might have been, because when you get knocked out of Champions League, you go in Europa League, right? No, you never hear no club in England are putting up bid for him, even though man I look for number 9 striker. Look how much people are on number 9.
I understand.
I understand. Right. So I'm saying, me not hear Fuller have a number 9. Places don't have a number 9 now.
Sebastian Haller, they said he got a transfer. Based on what, let me put it in here. So I guess somebody bought him.
Where's he going to?
Dortmund. Dortmund. They said footballer. Sebastian Haller. All right. Let me see here. Let me bring it up here. Let me put it right here so we can get it. Sebastian Haller. Yeah. All right. Let me see where he's at now. Where is Yes, it looks like he's at Dortmund transfer market.
Oh, Dortmund. Okay. Yeah, but I'm talking about England. Sorry.
No, but you can't just move the goalpost there. England ain't that.
No. I said to you, when you leave England, it's difficult to get a transfer back into England. I'm not moving the goalpost.
All right.
But I accept I did not know that he had moved to Dortmund. I didn't know that. So I appreciate the knowledge. So he's gone back to Germany. But it's hard to get back into England. You have only Patina and number 9.
But look here, Cataract, look here. I'm gonna bring up his market value and show you. Look. West Ham to Ajax, 30 million. And his market value went up, right? 22 million. Fee 22 million, right? And no, he's back to 35 million. and before he was at 40 million, so it dropped. And okay, it fluctuates. So you have a point. You have a point.
No, but he, and again, he's a striker, and strikers command the highest salary because the man that put the ball in the back of the net is the man that win games, right? So I don't know. It's a sticky thing, Bertrand. It does. So I'm not disagreeing with you or going. I'm just saying it's sticky. It's very sticky. But at the end of the day, a man have to do what a man have to do. Because you can't. That's why some man sit down. Why you think Gareth Bale did sit down at the bench at Real Madrid? But good. Just go and give him 300,000 or 400,000 pounds a week. But good.
Yes, someone put it pointed out. Mo Salah left Chelsea and came back at Liverpool. Kevin De Bruyne did the same thing. But so you have a lot of players that left and returned back.
Two is equal to a lot. Two is equal to a lot.
It's not two. It's not two. A lot of players when I think they actually respect players when they leave. Lukaku left as well. Lukaku left England and returned back. So that's one.
Lukaku
that's
went down the line. Lukaku went to Serie A. Serie A is the top 3 leagues.
He still left England and came back because he never lived up to the hype as what they wanted to be the next Drogba immediately after. So he left and proved himself to be top dog and returned back. Obviously, he never lived up to the hype yet again.
Again, and they said him again. So that's another good example. But Mo Salah is an example. Kevin De Bruyne is an example.
Fabregas. I think names will just keep on popping up. Oh, there's a lot of names. Trippier left.
Hold on. What would sex Fabregas?
No, Trippier left the Atletico Madrid and then returned back. So that's another one.
No, but hold on, JD. A move to the Spanish league and to the Serie A. Those are lateral moves because those are the top 3 teams, leagues in the world.
So you want to know
about moving down, moving. If you move across, players go to Roma, and people still want them back in England. That's a different thing. I talk if you go to Belgium or if you go to maybe France or even somebody not call you back. If you move from England and go PSG, of course somebody going to call you back because you move top to top. We are talking about when you make a downward move. Those moves are lateral moves. Yeah, but Madrid is one of the top 10 clubs in the world.
But all I'm saying is Ajax is considered Ajax is considered very highly, and Aston Villa not. So I think it would not damage his overall image. It would have actually improved his stature there because they would be playing in the Champions League, so you would get more highlight just the same. So I
the pay cut to him have got take.
No, because your pay cut goes with your fame, your future fame. So you're banking on yourself to be something.
If the man ever make a mistake on Ajax right now in this stage in his career when him a 24-year-old pulling up on the peak of his powers and say I'm gonna Ajax a back way I go. And that me I tell him put him career in a full reverse and a first gas. No man. Right. You can move on English Premier League.
I make 1 point to you. 1 point. Let me make 1 point good. We gave back this year.
3.5 hours we finish, all right?
Hold on. JD, you are looking at one side. The other side is that he can go into the Champions League and get embarrassed.
Yes, but that is your banking.
No, I'm not banking. I'm saying it's not a one-way street. If I go in a Champions League, dominate the thing. No, you could go in the Champions League and get exposed because Champions League is not the boy league. I don't know, play thing up around there.
That exposed that he's not good enough. But that's not our business. If you're good enough, so you're gonna stay at Aston Villa and behind the cloud and collect money. Let's be real.
The man to see Aston Villa work him ways till him reach in a team and develop him career in the top league in the world, coming up against the top players in the world every single week in, week out. Come up against some weak defenders. Every man in the Premier League at top level. 99% of the players that there are top level. Because if you're not, them are going to fire the ball away at top level and fling him in the league. Because they have a bag of money over, they can buy anybody where they want. You know how much money Nottingham Forest spend?
Yes, we know.
The Premier League this year broke the transfer market, bro. Them broke the
Yes.
transfer market. The man them spend all $50 million from ball. I don't even know his name. Somebody that Morgan Gibbs or somebody that.
Basically,
Don't violate the Jamaica. Don't violate the Jamaican player. The man have him little name. The man have a little name. Or him little goal there. But you're making a good point. And I'm saying to you, if Liam Bailey had done well at Aston Villa last season, he would be a Manchester United player today. Because Manchester United wanted a winger like dry peas want water. Like how one ganja play for one grabber. I so bad them they do what. The man them just a go around like them a drive from back road. I look anybody. Yo, who I sell? Them out drive from back road and look for winger. All mouth or attacking players, even put it that way. Remember say the man they go as far as where brother they are West Ham until
yeah,
the fan them
I know what you're talking. That was a striker though. They were trying to buy. That was
attacking player, but then Liam Bailey is rated as an attacking player as well.
Which was a striker. He's a striker. They were trying to buy him as a striker.
And I'm just saying that they're just desperate for any sort of attacking player because they still want, what a youth named Cody, they still want another player, Cody something.
I don't think they wanted Leon Bailey. They wanted specific players to play a role.
No, I'm not saying they wanted Leon Bailey. I am saying, listen carefully now, if Leon Bailey had done well at Aston Villa last year, man, he would have been on Manchester United's radar.
I don't think so. I don't think so because they have a specific type of player and how the playing style. But yes, I would agree that he would be on a lot of big clubs' radar. I would agree on that. I don't think he would fit.
He would be on Arsenal's radar because Arsenal will want to get rid of Nicolas Pepe.
Arsenal or Liverpool. No, I would say Liverpool more because I think he suits Liverpool's playing style a little bit more than all. I don't think the passing football and the picking up and being integral towards the making and development of the play rather than the single-mindedness, at least now. For Liam Bailey, that's why I think Liverpool would actually fit him a little bit more. Don't think he would have fit Arsenal or Ten Hag system, in my opinion. Still, just by footballists analyzing the players, I think Liam Bailey's style is more of a singular-minded rather than a team-orientated style, in my opinion. Still, I could be wrong. So that's what I said.
I'm not saying you're wrong, all right, and I wouldn't argue that with you. What I'm saying, Manchester, at every position, Manchester United is desperate. When it was CDM, they moved for everybody till they reach a Casemiro, right? It never matter who fit in them style and just want somebody in one position because it was getting embarrassing. All I'm saying is if Leon Bailey had excelled in the league last year, and I know he was injured and stuff like that, so that marked 10 against him, he would have been on the radar of Man U and certainly other clubs. Because I don't feel like Crystal Palace want one winger. You know, feel like West Ham want one winger to move up to that other level. Tottenham Hotspur want one winger. Those clubs that in and around wanted to move in and secure Europa League, right? Dropping at the top 6. They want to strengthen their squad. So I just but I just hope he makes the right decision, and I hope he gets good game time wherever he is because it would augur well for Jamaica. And that's one Jamaican in the top league, and that's a whole different conversation. What is happening with Junior Flemmings, Mr. Fanoff? What's happening with him? Can you shed some light?
They have bought the same player that thank you Eddie Vision. I've corrected the spelling. Sorry about that, my fault. We're gonna bring him up right now because I wanted to talk about him and Maggie as well with Shamar Nichols in the little time that we do have. Guys, please do smash the like button and get us to around 120. Thanks everyone that hit like button so far. Definitely we have brought back the join button and the super chat button here. You can support the channel so you can become back members for all the person that's asked. The join button should be there for you. Let me see, Junior Flemmings. You remember the other day, people was actually questioning me, Cataract, about the guy that came in from the Eredivisie, and I said, watch this kid come straight into Junior Flemmings' team and start. Jamaican Guna, what you see happen?
Where's that?
You remember I've said the guy, because I said this signing was, when we had the discussion, we said this signing was a downfall to Junior Flemming, because I think he's going to come in from the Eredivisie and he's going to start, because I love his work ethic. And he went on to go straight in their team and start. We're going to bring up their team just to show you. So but I don't know. I just think we just overhype our players a little bit. Thanks, Brandon, for becoming a member. Massive respect for that. And I don't see you for the longest time. You're only waiting for super chat and membership to hype. All right, separate yourself from human beings.
I want to just focus specifically on Junior Flemmings. Can you tell me what's happening with Junior Flemmings? I'm concerned.
No,
Has there been any sighting of the player anywhere near a football field?
It's not. Cataract. The problem is we have to go back to the same thing that Jamaican Guna talks about. The players them are not elite players. They were brought there with promises and maybe people wrote things for them. It was not just solely on because someone saw you. They saw that you have a potential and they can work on it. And at that time, they were in a good position, so they knew that they were going to make the step up. So they believe that, okay, he's an international player. He can come and fit in and then jump up a tier. But they realized that right after the first set of training sessions. I think that's
because I don't want people to jump in. I just want to know, how many matches has Toulouse played this season? And how many matches has Junior Flemmings played of those matches?
We're gonna bring it up. We're gonna bring up the Toulouse squad, so you'll get to see them, and you will see the player that just came in as well. We're gonna bring up their transfers and everything, so you can see persons that arrives. We will see it. Zakaria, 2 million. He came in from Ajax.
Oh.
Yeah, so he came in and goes straight into the team because he was a quality player there. So and he's young. You understand me? So we expected him to do so. All right. So Toulouse sits 10th spot after 4 games played, 5 points. So they are in a good position and they're winning. So it's going to be hard for them to look to add more pieces to in a good position. You understand me? That's all I'm seeing. And the players that they brought in.
So they have played 4 games. How many games has Junior Flemming played in the 4 games?
Junior Flemmings none. Let me put up Zakaria.
Zakaria, may ask about Flemmings.
Yes,
because
we have to go back to what he's doing, because if he's playing games, it would be a problem, right?
So Toulouse has played 4 games, have 5 points, and Junior Flemmings has played 0.
0, yes. He's not in the team. He never make the list or anything.
Right.
So that's what we're trying to explain to you, Cataract, and the fans. Remember, I'm not just talking to you. I'm talking to the fans so they can follow the conversation. Yeah.
Yeah, but what they're going to say is that you have...
Let me something a while ago, because I hear screw off a while ago. So I'm just screwing back my ears. So when you said Flemmings are playing a game from the season start?
Zakaria came in and he played all 4 games, 75% of the starting 11, 81 minutes, and he has 1 goal, 1 assist, 29 goal contribution. It's going to be...
Is a striker or is a right winger?
He's a winger. Can play straight across the pipe, striker, and both sides of the wings. So it's going to be very hard.
Yeah, no, brother.
Him getting the team.
Hold on. Jamaican Guna, I've been trying. There's been no sighting of Junior Flemming anywhere near something looking like a pitch. Not in the match day squad. Nada. No, I just want to deal with facts. 4 games, 0 starts, 0 substitute appearances, 0 match day squads. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because man come in. I don't know if it's because him a look the coach data. I don't know why.
Injured, brother.
He has not been cited.
Man injured, brother. The man injured. That's how we are already.
Eddie says he's playing Flemo and FIFA 22. Okay, that's a good one.
How is that working out for you, bro? How is that working out for you, bro?
He makes a team, you know. But all I'm trying to show you guys, um, Imaxit just bad man against Liverpool. Just wait till we get Jude Bellingham. Yes, I saw that you guys trying to get Jude Bellingham. I talked about him early yesterday. I'm not 18 on Liverpool. I just said people ask me which team Leon Bailey would fit, and I said Liverpool. I don't think he's good enough to be in the Liverpool team now, but I said which team he would fit. You get me? I have to give you the honesty of his playing style. But just guys, remember in everything that we have been telling you for 2 years, we're seeing it plan out here. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna separate ourselves. When you come here, you come here to talk about football analysis and the actual truth. You get me? We want to stay on that. I am not in the sensationalism thing. And what we're seeing here, a 22-year-old came in and he played in the same games as Junior Flemmings. People can go and check that. And he did his thing, fit in, instant, and then come here. So it's either that Junior Flemmings cannot adapt, just like what most Jamaicans can't do when they come out of their own culture. Either that is a problem, or he's just not good
But
enough.
why it can't be that the man is injured, brother? Or that the coach don't like him? Or the coach don't like Jamaican player? Why it can't be that?
No, I want to say that's not the case because they gave him every opportunity. They put him because besides Zachariah, I actually got the information there. They put
Brother,
him there.
that the coach don't like nobody when him start with J, brother. That is why he don't get in the team, brother.
No, let me be realistic, guys. Maybe this is just too much of a big step up for him, and this is the things that we need to use when we are assessing to pick the team. To realize, like, keep the quality balance, like realize that maybe we have some level of problems. So like how this reached Junior Flemmings, contact him, figure out what is the problem, and if it's a cultural difference, because that's what he said out of his own mouth, People forgot that, because my channel got shut down, Cataract, wasn't that's what he said out of his own mouth. Oh, the place cool, star and hard with E with. That's what the man said, Cataract, on our video. So he had said the same thing what I've been telling people for 2 years. So why is it when I come here and talk, people act like I'm 18 and the people them? They're saying Maggie said the same thing as me. Him said the same thing. Liam Bailey said the same thing. So what you call him? Taxi had to run away from Netherlands. Obviously, they said it's family issues, but I know it was the cultural difference leading to the family issues. Yes, but it's hard to get on over here. So they need to start bringing people to equip the youths them better. That's what I've always told personals. Bringing the youths them to equip them better for them to can fit in different cultures. Rather than telling them that they're great. You have a lot of things to work on, So that's me just giving a positive side because I'm here and I went to all of those places and see how hard it is to fit in. You will have money in your pocket. It seems like you're not relevant because you can't even order what you want. Omzo, make sure you speak in French, A Cataract. Cataract, mic is on, but we are not hearing him, so look like he's out. Yes, Jamaican Guna. So maybe that's the problem there. Maggie now getting a few more game time. So let me pull up Maggie. Obviously, that's a sad thing. That's a sad thing.
You're not hearing me.
We're hearing you. We're just hearing you.
I just wanted to end and wrap up the Junior Flemming thing. I just would like to say to you, just try to work hard and spend less time fanning off players, right? Because now you have come to party with the big boys. Bamba. Because the French league is a joke league. Do not call it one of the top 5 leagues, right? And you said, we don't have 2 players are playing in the top 5 league. We have one in Liam Bailey, who is a rotational squad player. Liam Flemming has not been seen.
No, but I said that you don't know. No, you're gonna make people start eat power. You call Liam Bailey a squad player.
Flemming look on the Eiffel Tower. I'm gonna show them alone there. So.
Oh my God, Dallas is not there.
Yo, I will never forget. There's some players who were part of a whole toxicity in the Jamaican dressing room, and now they've got the
he's not talking
opportunity.
to guys from England. He's only talking to Jamaican guys. Them.
No. I'm saying no, man. They were leaders in that thing, right? Albas being one. Everybody saw what we saw at the Gold Cup. And now, so I was expecting, honest to God, me never bad mind the youth, but glad him transfer. Because me, I was expecting him to take on run down the side of the field. Where them big ring back then him? Regin, our football has a long way to go. We have a lot of work to do, and we need to respect players who are doing it week in, week out, even at MLS level, right? Week in, week out.
We saw
Because you
Ravel
excel at one thing.
You saw Jamaica go and Cataract. Ravel Maris went straight to the MLS, started instant. And start banging, playing instant. So these are excuses that we use for years. The Englishman, they go anywhere and they're starting to do their things. That's what we're seeing. You know, so we can't use any excuse anymore. All our best ballers, they either can't get a game or they are not in favor of the team. That's what we're seeing right now. All of our local barn players, you know, so it's either they just don't like Jamaica. You know, which I don't think that's the case because they did pick up their money and sign them in the first place. I thought that they looked at them as promising players, but it's just not working out. And I truly believe that it has something to do with our development because anybody that developed properly from early cataract went on to have good careers, you know?
No, but JD, we're going to have to go back to the 98 and even after 98, your Claude Davis, your Stuppies. Those are not top players, but they were Omar Daly. Donovan Ricketts, they were able to go into a league, right? And command game.
Cataract, you're cutting out. Jamaican Guna, come in, Cataract cutting out, and we have a limited time. I don't know what's going on with Cataracts. Cataract, your internet cutting out. But all I was trying to say, Cataract, it's hard to compare 1999, but I would only add principle because that's the one thing never changed. Principle from 1998 coming up is different from now. You know, I think that some of the players.
You hear me better now?
You're back now.
Even past 99, right? Up to Stuppies and Omar Daly was the last time that we had players who were consistent at their club. Other players who just go there and they can't find no way. When Tapper went to Hull, Tapper never played 11 games in the season. I was there. I have a degree from university, I have an MBA from university, I was there. When Tapper run down the side of the field and makes a choppy man, and when him turn inside, him lose the ball. And the coach call him over to the sideline. I don't know what was said because it's a full ground. But I did it with my one little Jamaican flag. And next time I see me close enough, come and they right this and now near the corner flag. And Tapper broke down the corner flag and chop him and shift him. I threw with the right. Hull City is a smaller ground, so they're right near where the bench. And the coach called him over and said, "What is that?" And Tapper said to my coach, "It doesn't shift about that clothes." And the last game in play for all. Go back and look. The last game in play for all, not able to carry out the coach's instruction. So we have to.
That's why I go for the principle. That's what I said. That's why I said the principle is different from now. You know, the principle. But you're correct. You're correct, Cataract. You're correct. Cataract need data. Well, Cataract a big rich man. Cataract can buy more data. Guys, please smash the like button as soon as they come in. Join the conversation. I saw TikTok posted some good points. Nobody knows what is going on with Flemmings. Mostly the haters who didn't rate him on his case, like US players in the beginning, Jamaican players will get a hard time in Europe. Hope Junior keep working. Note, TikTok. I think we're not on his case. I think we're very much valid. We give you the information. Then I literally said because I'm in Europe and we spoke to him and he spoke out of his own mouth. And I want to give him the benefit of the doubt, not saying it's only his talent, more than maybe adaptability might be the problem. I'm giving him a way out. I'm not trying to fight the player. I'm literally giving him a way out because he said it before he never made the team. And he said it to me and Cataract. So it's not like a question. I'm telling you what he said. the last time. So that's why I tried to be more sympathetic towards the conversation and said maybe you can add in familiarity towards surrounding. With maybe the lack of talent and the lack of adaptability, just the same. Familiarity, just the same. You understand me, TikTok? So it's not like we're eating on anybody. JD, for me, I'm worried about Leon Bailey at Aston Villa because all know them yet to give him a squad number, and that worry me. A squad number, okay. All right, never know it. The level bigger than Flemo. Or maybe that's the situation, but I'm just trying to say, continue Cataract because I heard TikTok calling a liar. TikTok, what did Cataract said to be a liar? I don't understand. What the Whitmore situation? Let me know. Cataract, what happened to your internet?
I'm no man. You must be hearing me because I've shifted over to another Wi-Fi. I have 3 different Wi-Fi.
Oh, all right. So
Flow, Digital, Ready TV. I've got it all, man. Life of an oligarch. No, if you say me like JD, pull up Theodore Whitmore and pull up his and transfer market or whatever, and pull up his last season at Hull and look and see when it ended. If it didn't end abruptly with him being taken off at the last match. Yeah, man.
Okay. All right. Looks like
Well,
it's
look,
war.
pull it up.
No, it's okay. But
No,
damn, man.
JD, you normally defend yourself. I'm asking you to defend me. Just pull up Whitmore, Theodore Whitmore, player.
All right, let me pull this up and then I'm going to do the stream then. Because
And yeah,
I go into the war realm of Cataract and the great TikTok. All right. So what you said? What we should be looking for? Which one?
the last season, man, at Hull. Look for his career at Hull.
Your old City. He
Mm-hmm.
played appearance 77 appearances, 9
Yeah, man.
goals.
Look at the last season. 9 goals in 77. Mm-hmm.
All right. So what you said? Look at the last what?
The last season. The last season. Mm-hmm.
I need to put it up in transfer market then. All
Yeah,
right,
man. Transfer market.
Okay, because I'm looking at Wikipedia here, so let me just get it on
No,
transfer
man.
market.
Wikipedia, nothing.
All right, no, I will just put it here so we can get it on the screen. All right, so Theodore Whitmore as a player without a club. This is a manager, attacking midfielder. All right, so we'll bring that up, guys. So can let's go through this. All right, you said All City.
Yep.
All right, let me click All City to see. No, that is going to show the entire All City. Let me get it right here.
No, man, just look at his full stats. That's what you look at.
All right, we're pulling up these full stats right here. All right, so full stats. Okay, but we are trying to get the matches. So where is the matches that you wanted? Because now we are seeing his stats here. League One, 37, 5 goals, 2 assists. So 37 games. Premiership, 3 games, 0. And EFL, 3 EFL cup, trophy and cup, because you have them being different in the lower tier. 2 and League One playoff 1 and 0 FA Cup. So 46 appearance we're seeing here. So how is this going on? Why are we getting? All right, let me get detail. Here. Yes, so let me get detail here. All right, so this is saying 46. So where the 77 comes from, Cataract? All right, look like we have Cataract having problems. Cataract is still hearing us? Because we're not seeing the Old City one separate in the full stats. So that's why. So Cataract has to defend himself on that one. Because he had 42 games for Tranmere. 3 for Livingston, 1 here. So full detail. Let me get it here so we can see it. All right. So I don't understand this. He never had 77 games for all. But Cataract, they're saying he only played one game for all. So how is that possible? Cataract has to deal with that. Guys, let me know. But if he played 77, can't be one trap card. Oh, but it's one game. It's one game they said for all. But that's what we're seeing here. 42 for Tranmere, Livingston 3. So I don't know where the other games went for all. TikTok said, Cataract, I don't judge Jamaican players on making teams in England. I have seen inferior English players playing with better and more experienced Jamaican players on the bench. Okay. All right. So Cataract, look like he has some problems. So we have to just cut the show at this point because we did 3 hours 20 minutes. We had 2 hours to do here, and I still extended it to 1 hour extra. All right. Wikipedia accident in Jamaica cut his whole career.
JD,
Yes, we are hearing it.
I know you're hearing me. I told you that he only played one game. And I tell you that he played the game and the coach take him off. And
So
a man lie, tell me I lie.
Okay. He only played one game, TikTok. That's what it's showing here. He only played one game. He played 42 for Tranmere, Livingston 3, and 1 for Hull.
That may I tell the man say me a liar. But tell us the man come and play and the coach take him off and I eat that.
TikTok, it's one game he played for Hull, and Cataract was only talking about the Hull's performance.
Hull performance better, but I don't know nothing about Tranmere. Tranmere, they are Liverpool.
So attack his point because he's talking on something that he knows. But you're calling him a liar and talking about the overall statement. No, not the statement because he never made that statement. He never talked about his career in Europe. He talks about one specific thing. So attack his point, not his...
club. I talk about Hull City, the club.
Yeah.
Right. Because he played for Tranmere, right? And he'd have had cup games or whatever. Because, most time you use a second squad in the cup. So a man going to tell me, when me sit down and I stand and see.
Yes,
he did not have a career like and those 42 games for Tranmere. Look, I think it's over 2 or 3 seasons.
Okay. Yeah, but this is a fight that's...
I'm saying there were players like Omar Daly who went and Tall P, Donovan Ricketts, who was at Bradford City, who distinguished themselves. They were regular players, regular starters. Claude Davis was a regular starter for Derby County.
All right. Well, no problem, man. No, but we don't have to get into that war, guys. We have come to the end because we do 3 hours and 20. I had planned only 2 hours, and Cataract take over my next show for tomorrow. So that simply means I can't do any tomorrow show, guys, because you know how it goes in Europe. Man's have to save on my light bill and my energy consumption, not just to pay the light bill. They're trying to make sure we don't overuse certain amount of energy because obviously you know that Russia kind of cut gas, I would say, from all of the countries them. So me pushing the light extra with all my big equipments them, I think I'm giving up a lot of light in my house. So all people understand. So when you see me do my shows about 2 hours and make it jam-packed with information, that is the reason. So tomorrow I won't stream, not because I can't pay my light bill, because I know all of the people that will question me, I have far more money than you. But money is not important now. It's about what's available. Okay? Hope you guys understand. And Cataract, don't go and spread rumors, say I can't pay my light bill, all right? Yes, because I know that's the only thing I hear, because you're a selector. But we're not hearing Cataract. Cataract, you hear me? We're not hearing him. So he said he has 50 internet, but nobody can hear him. All right. So hope you guys understand. If you don't see me around doing 700,000 videos, it's not relevant. All right. I can't physically do it. In Belgium, it's kind of risky. Yes. So Cataract, look, I took him away, guys. So thanks yet again, guys, for the continued support. Hopefully, we have done enough for you to understand the situation with Leon Bailey and don't just go on the sensational side of it only. You understand me? Yes, go on the side of is he playing well enough for them? Is he contributing to winning? And right now, the coach is under pressure. So look at all of those things to see if Craig Butler is correct in his approach towards making those big statements of let him go if he's not going to start, where else he can go to start. All of those things you have to factor in. JD, send some of other money, come help J5. I need to figure a way out to get more light. Yes, we need more light for our setup. But most of the countries them will face that problem. I'm just trying to be ready for those things from early. That's all I'm trying to do. Just trying to be prepared. You understand me? Because that's the type of person I am naturally. So thanks everyone that came in. Thanks for the donation and also the membership from Mr. Brain Drain. Yes. OP is okay. Yes, because since the brain drain conversation and it becomes a big deal, we don't see him anymore. But take care, Mr. Brain Drain. And it only goes to prove brain drain. We have educated people every year. Brain drain. So big up yourself. Take care. Bye bye.